true justice. This family is compromised and they are just playing every one of you, including myself, president of the Plaid. I just want to bless you for what you've said today, what you've been reasoning today, and keep up this line of thought. If you keep it up, they can't go scot-free. It doesn't matter how mafia, it doesn't matter how tight they think they are. If you do what you have said today, we will get this justice. I thank you, Susie, and I thank all those that have spoken so far. God bless you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Let me look for my clean body. Where's it?
Next one. Please don't make it points. Come up and make your
Don't
point.
bring any mumu up here. No mumu should come here.
Hello, Susie. Madam Susie.
Don't want any mumu here. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I should have spoken things earlier on, but because I've got cold, so I was trying to allow my voice to come up a little bit. I don't know if you can hear me as it is now. So the thing is, first of all, I would like to say big thank you to all the good work that you've been doing. You're an amazing person, an amazing fighter. Anyone who is intelligent and smart can actually feel your passion. You know, the passion, the love, you know, the motherly pain that you feel each and every time you talk about this justice for Mohbad. And the way you talk about it, you talk about it as though you were Mohbad's mom, real mom. You know, the thing is, there's no real mother that can do more than what you're doing on this justice. You, Supreme Iron Lady, and many other people that are in for this on this justice for Mohbad. And then I remember you were talking about, just as the time I joined, you were talking about someone who was attacking you based on your English or whatever. Look, you should pay these people. I'm going to advise that probably ignore those kind of people. And because the truth is this, when you don't need English to make sense, and you don't need English to be on the path of justice. If you've got morals, one can see from your actions and perhaps things you say. It is not look, that is the problem of that country, of Nigerians or of Africa generally, or Africans. English is nothing. Look, in the UK, in US, especially in the UK that I know of, I have worked with managers. I've had managers, you know, I've had top high rank people that can't even they can't say jack in English. I mean, but they're going to say the English in a way that you understand what they're saying. That's all that matters. You see all of this attacking people up and down on their platforms or different platforms. It is just a clear sign of insanity. It is insane. So please ignore those kind of people. Then I want to say something again. Someone came up and the person was saying that, I think it was a woman, a lady, was saying that the Alobas and many others of them, they should stop fingering people's brain. You see, I buy a story. She was saying that in the first instance, that all of those people present in Mohbad's house when it was murdered, that they sort of like assume, or they sort of like believe that it was a mistake, that the wife killed Mohbad by mistake. So based on that, they all conspired, they all agreed not to tell the truth. and to just let it slide. And and she was saying that even Baba Mohbad too, is part of that, which I'm not going to dispute, because if you look at everything, the whole story, the whole narrative, because I remember, I think Baba Mohbad too, and the wife Wunmi, they were involved with Falana, as far as I can remember. But at some point, probably things went sour. The whole motive was just all about what Mohbad left behind. It is all about his legacy, how to read from him and stuff like that. So, when you have greedy people, when you have how would I put it? When you have an association of greedy people, some greedy people among them are going to be more greedy than others. So there's going to be a fallout. So probably there was such things happening, and then there was a fallout. So probably that was why Baba Mohbad fell out. Maybe one person's interests were not aligning properly with others. So as I see, because everything is still showing even up to now. Because if you look at the way Baba Mohbad has gone about this whole justice thing, it beats reasoning. It beats how would I put it now? Every reasonable thinking. He clearly wasn't looking for justice, as in justice for the perpetrators, for the killers, to be brought to book and never to do such a thing again. That is not what he was looking for. He's looking for something different, and that is why all that he concerns himself with mostly has been the DNA. Because does it make any sense for you to say that if the DNA is conducted, that you're going to know the killer of your son? How do you know that? How can you prove that just with the DNA? Okay, let's leave that by the way. Again, he claimed that when he got to Mohbad's house that day, he lied already. He never said anybody called him. He never said a blessing told him already that the guy was dead. But when you got there again, you said that you saw blood. Look, I want to put myself in his shoe right now, and let me walk through that part. No matter how shocked I was, look, I got to my sons as someone that was not sick, that showed no sign of death. Prior to that day, and I saw blood. Like blankets soaked with blood. There is no way I'm not going to make a video of everything that I saw there. Even all of the people present there, there's no way I'm not going to record all of them. I don't need them to talk to me, but I'm just going to record everything. All of the talks that you got to police station and you were like, you were expecting the police to arrest. All of that is all baloney, to be honest. And everything is still showing in his action up to date. I'm not saying that he's not looking for justice, but the justice he's looking for, he's currently getting it and he's currently enjoying it. So if we really want justice, we have to look.
True talk. I'm listening and it's coming into my brain. You have seen exactly the truth. Thank you. Continue.
Thank you, Spirit. So we need to start looking towards another direction entirely, where we can actually truly get justice. But I said this thing on the Supreme Lady platform, and at the end of the day, the question we both, or she asked that, which I concurred, was, is it not too late now? And what I said was this. I said that there was this guy Titus on one platform. I can't remember. I think it was Madam Susan's platform. He did ask me, and he said that there's this man, family of Oloba. I don't know his name. He said that he was on Djibouti Jesus' platform, that from the look of things, the man is a good person or something like that. So, and I said that if you can get such a person, okay, look, the only way, you see all of these things that me and Falano, seriously, I really don't get it. When people of that kind of caliber, when you are doing this kind of a thing, I really don't know. I don't know how much money anybody can pay you or pay me as a lawyer or as a son. I mean, knowing that some people mistake you for, to be on the side of people, to be justice fighter, or to be, how will I put it now? I don't know how to put it. But the thing is this, Falano knew what he was doing for calling for inquest. He knew what he was doing. That was not what the government, all of them, they were just working against the will of the people. What they were supposed to do, what the Nigerian government was supposed to do, was immediately to call Baba Mohbad. The police call Baba Mohbad and tell him to write a petition. It can only be done by the way of petition. Not all of this inquest. This is murder staring at your face. It is murder. It is not a murder that is not clear. This is a clear murder. Someone was murdered under his own roof. He came from a show. He was good. He didn't die on the way. He didn't die there. He died at home. And someone is even saying, some people in that house, they were saying that they heard loud noise. What are you saying? They heard them fighting. They heard them arguing. And they heard loud noise. And all that is not enough reason for you morons to want to investigate and dig deep into what happened. Look, there shouldn't have been any fucking moronic inquest in the first instance, because it is a clear murder. Baba Mohbad was supposed to write a petition narrating all that he saw, detailing all that happened, what he saw when he got there, and ask the Nigerian police to properly investigate the case for him. Please investigate this and get to the truth of this matter and bring the perpetrators of the death of these perpetrators to book. That is all. And then the police will start their investigation, bringing in all of this, each and every one of these people that were present in their house. All of them by how will I put it down? All of them, they are naturally suspects. All of them from A to Z, except that kid, the baby. Every other person in that place, in that house, they have become suspects. Bring all of them. If it involves, at the end of in the course of questioning them, investigation, Baba Mohbad or any other person in the family or persons, they need to be brought in for questioning. They should be brought in for questioning. That is why each and every one of them needs to how will I pray now? They need to recuse themselves. I don't want to use recuse because that's more like judges recusing. I would say they need to stand clear. They need to stand clear. Let the case be on its own. Let them be on their own. So that as many people that will be implicated or that will be brought in, and if found out that they played a role, whether conspiracy role, if they conspire not to tell the truth, they are already culprits.
Yeah?
Yeah, they have their own sentencing too. So that's the reason why this justice should not be about Baba Mohbad. Look, one thing about me is this, that is one thing about American investigators, whether British investigators as well. Look, once somebody has said a story and they change the story many times, even just one time, you already become a suspect. They are going to beam their light on you more. Uh-huh. Because why would you have any reason to lie in a murder case? Look, if they came into my, if someone, let me just put it like this. If somebody walks into my house now and kills somebody under my roof, and I was there, look, there is no way my story should change. I should just say, look, these three guys walked into this house and they specifically asked for who is so person. And then, after realizing that this is the person, oh no, so person pointed at the person that this is who you're looking for, and then they shot him, and then he died. Your story should always be that. Your story should not change. You don't come tomorrow and say no. When they walked in, actually it was one person that walked in, and they wanted to shoot me, but mistakenly they shot the late person. Look, when you start saying all of that, you are like the number one suspect. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know 99% about what killed that person. That's the thing. So if Baba Mohbad too, for me, has lied, no matter how minute that lie is, if he has lied in any form by concealing some information, why didn't you just come and say, Blessing called me on phone call and told me that my son is dead? Why would you hide that? Why would you act like it's some kind of supernatural instinct or some kind of maybe angel that told you, or some kind of, you're a genius. You just knew that, got or something like that. Why would you be saying things like that as though you had no prior knowledge that it was dead? Look, once you begin to hide anything, then there is still more that you're hiding. I am not saying he killed Mohbad, don't get me wrong. But anyone that has lied in this case, everyone, I'm not for any team. I am just for team justice. Just get justice for this guy. Whether Baba Mohbad or whatever, all of them, they should answer off the case. So, way forward now. I want to say again, based on what I said before, Madam Iron Lady's platform, if we can, I don't know, if we can speak to some lawyers or a lawyer and ask, informed person, I want to know, let us know, we want to know, as the inquest is ongoing right now, the first question is this: can we have a petition written to the Nigerian police? If possible, let that petition be filed or let it be submitted at Alagbo, Ikoyi. Let it be done there, asking them to investigate. We know that they have messed up they didn't call in the scene, they didn't call in the house where the whole thing happened. Well, but the thing is this, even as it stands, forget it. Even if they have used chemical to clean that house, if you bring in experts, look, in US, in UK, look, even let it be that it is more than 10 years that incident happened. If the professionals go into that house, they've got all their gadgets, they are still gonna see splatters of blood. They are still gonna find traces of blood stains, no matter how much that they have tampered with. Of course, there will be some evidence that they have been tampered with beyond repair. But some things they're still gonna find it. But even if they cannot find it, I can tell you for a fact that if they bring all of those people involved, all of them from A to Z, let them bring them in for question, let them investigate them. I know how Nigerian police, especially Alagbo, I know how they do the investigation. If they truly want to do it, if they really want to do it, there are some things they will be saying to you. They will be saying to all of these boys. And they will start, they are going to start talking like a witch. They are going to start talking, doing the real talk. That is how they work. But when they don't want to work, when a powerful person is involved and they don't want them to work, they will not work. But if they want to work, I'm not talking about them having the technical know-how to go and do forensic analysis in the house. No, They may not know that. But to question all of these people and then for them to get facts from them, truth from them, they can do it. So if that can still happen, that's number one question. As the inquest, how will I put it? The show of shame that they call inquest is going on. If that can still happen, that's number one. Again, then if it can happen, does it have to be a member of Aloba's family that must write this petition? Must this petition be written by one of the members? If the answer is no, then let them stay clear off. Let them just stay off. Whether Wumi or whatever, let them stay off. But if the answer is yes, then if we can get that man that is said, I don't know, I can't remember his relationship with Baba Mohbad. If they can get him to write a petition, then that will be fine. That is the only way. See, there's no other way, except if you just want to waste our time. Talking about Baba Mohbad should sue one person or whatever, or the public should sue. Look, if you know litigation, Nigerian litigation, about Nigerian litigation, you're not going to be talking about sue. You're talking about what's it called? That's what do you call it? Civil cases, right? Civil matter. You want to go by the way of civil, then you should expect that this matter is going to take forever. Some civil cases in Nigerian court, go to High Court, Lagos State, go to Ikeja High Court or Lagos Island High Court. You will see cases, civil cases that are 30 years, 7 years, 8 years, 15 years. Because in civil cases, it's all about who can ride the horse. It's all about, that's why they say the law is an ass. They can do applications, they can do 8,000 applications. It's all about show of stupid show. And the judges will entertain whatever. So, and if the other person has paid the judge in question, the judge will, on that particular case, on the day of that case, is going to be saying either he's sick or he has been appointed by the CJ for another cause, or for another matter, or for another whatever. And that is how they're going to do. In a year, they may not sit more than 2 or 3 times on the case. And you can imagine, if that is how it is, so you can imagine how long it's going to take. It is a long rope. So the only thing is, this is a clear murder case. And it has to be by way of petitioning those people. One petition will bring all of them their names. Just the same thing. Mohbad was a smart person. That guy is smart. Anybody who thinks that boy wasn't smart enough or wasn't careful enough, that person is only speaking because you have never walked in that shoe. If you have been there, that you are up against some powerful, some crazy people, some mafians in government, in power, or some mafians that are highly connected to the people on the seat of power, then you will understand how frustrating this people can make your life look. These people will they will drive you to a place where you will either commit suicide or you will either give up. That look, these people, they're going to take my life and there's nothing I can do about it. So you have never walked in that shoe. Don't say anything. That boy look, for someone to be a conscious rapper, a conscious singer, a lyricist like that. Lyricists are smart people. That was why he wrote a petition. Look at that petition. It is explicit enough. It is more than explicit to bring to make Nigerian police bring that Oba in question. Bring him in, question him, and charge him or sue him if what Mohbad has alleged against him is real or true. But these people didn't do it. And if we don't know, let me say something. If you don't know, I'm going to say something now. Look, that king in question, his father, and probably even the father of that father, I don't know. His father was appointed by Tinubu Look, the real Elegushi family, I know them. The real Elegushi family. Look, his father was an Agopa, you know what they call staff bearer. He was just an ordinary staff bearer to the real Elegushi, who was supposed to be the king of Elegushi. I'm telling you for a fact, I know them, I live with them, I move with them. The real Elegushi. If you see the real Elegushi family tree, there is no way you're going to see the father of that boy, of that guy there. But Tinubu imposed the father on those people and that family. They can talk. The real person that was supposed to become the king of Elegushi, who were the real Elegushi. The man was a Muslim. He was what do you call it? You know all these Muslims that are very deep, that are big. I can't remember what they call them. And he said to them, I can't be it. And he was the only person that could become Oba at that point, the only man. And it was his turn. And then he said to them, you can use, the thing is this, where I'm going is this. That is why someone like that can be that reckless to be involved in all of this thing, because these people, they don't know the importance of the position they are holding, because it doesn't even belong to them. So if Tinubu put the Baba there, the father there, so how do you expect this government to just fold their hands and just watch him go down like that, the son? It is impossible. But the only way it is possible, it is only possible through the voice of the public. Not Baba Mohbad and some moronic legal team that he has put together to champion and to push his own selfish agenda. A father that really wants justice for his son, you won't be doing all this rubbish that he's doing up and down, pursuing music, talking about some 730, talking about somebody at your cocoa. Is that how low your IQ is? Is that how inhuman you are? How insensitive you are? Is that how much justice you want for your son? It's all about justice for money, for fame. Talking to people saying he fans me. I just learned that he's doing shout out on that page that was supposed to be to address the public. You are doing shout out to people on the bed and you are collecting money or whatever. Is this supposed to be about money? Whatever you do at this point, for you to even say shout out to people, the public, to anybody on their birthday, is that not your own way of even paying them back? You don't have money. These people are fighting for you. They are giving you money. They are donating money. And you still have the effrontery to say that you're better than African TV. A man that advised you not to go into music at this point. A man that clearly told you not to release that music, because you releasing the music does not make you different from Adura, who probably has been promised some kind of superstar life that is making him not to want to tell the truth with regards to the death of his brother. A brother who housed him, who brought him in. It is funny how this guy brought people, his family members in and other people in just to conspire to kill him. He just surrounded himself with death, with killers. So this African TV man, I don't know him. I've never even heard anything about him until when I started hearing this 7030. And for me to have heard Latisne's voice, his own voice, stating that he's the one that generated the whole thing, that went on the internet and searched for 7030. Who are you to be talking about 7030? If you have a studio, you own a studio. Look, I've invested in music. What are you talking about? If you own a studio, what should be if you're not a greedy person, if you're not criminally minded, why should you be talking about percentage when you know well that this person is under a foundation that has brought this person to you? Let's forget that they even brought him to your studio to rehearse. Why are you talking about 3070? You should be talking about your fee, your studio fee. How much is your studio fee? Your studio is not known. All of these DJ Kublon, all of these top music producers who own studios in Nigeria, how much are they charging? The highest, we probably charge like 10 million or 5 million or 2 million, I'm just saying. But you don't have a name, you've got nothing. Your studio can't be even what? As far as I'm concerned, it can't be more than 50,000 or 100,000. So you should be talking about your fee, not talking about 70-30. Do you want to meet this man? Do you want to mortgage this guy's career, even if he's got any career? So for Papa Mohbad to even be talking about all of this financial or all of this cash rewarding things, it clearly shows that this man is all about money and fame. Talking about, and he fans me. When he started that live that day, I immediately, within 1 minute, I immediately just stopped the whole thing. I just turned it off and went to bed because the way he was even doing, seriously, it was disgusting to me. He was acting like a star. He was acting like a star. Why do you want to use your late son's spotlight to shine so quickly? Couldn't you have waited a while? Come on. And some people are supporting this guy. Are you supposed to support this guy or support Mohbad, who lost his life? None of these people, Mumi, none of them lost their life. There is no way that woman, that lady can say, there's no way he can say he doesn't know about the death of this guy. 99%, there's no way he can say he doesn't know. There's no way. So, why do you want to help these killers to walk away? You are helping Baba Mohbad to help the killers to walk away. That's what all of these people and most of these people that are doing this thing. Let me tell you the reason why they're doing it. Apart from those of them that have been paid to do so, some people are paid to do so, but some people are doing it ignorantly. And the reason why that is so is this. Look, just like Nigerian music industry, you know what they do? Let me tell you. You will take for instance, some songs will come out. When you hear them, at first you won't like them. You just say, what kind of nonsense song is this? But you know what? Over time, they are gonna keep jamming the song. This is what they do, they synchronize it. All of the radio stations, they synchronize. The Nigerian TV, they synchronize. MTV Base, Sound City, whatever, Wazobia FM, Sound City, they synchronize and they keep jamming up this song, this particular song that you don't like. They will jam it to your hearing. If you tune in anywhere, whether you're driving, you're at home, your children, that's what you'll be hearing. So the more you hear it, the more it's going to come to your subconscious. You're going to start liking it. You won't even know when you start singing it. And then because to you, it will be like, if people can accept this song like this, everybody's singing it, that means there's something good about it. So you start to like it. So that is what these people are doing to all of this team Baba Mohbad's team. They spread the narrative. Whatever narrative they want people to believe, they go all of their platform and they tell them to spread it. And they spread it. And everything that they are all doing, Baba Mohbad knows about everything. They're all supporting his agenda. That is the more reason why we need this man to stay off, or we need to retrace our step and stay clear of this man. If truly anybody here wants justice, if it is justice you want, then you shouldn't be supporting, don't be Team Mumi or Team Baba Mohbad or Team Adura or Team any fucking freaking body. Just be Team Justice for Mohbad. And if that is what is behind your mind, then your energy should be channeled towards how that justice can be attained, so that all of these killers can become cautionary tale to other people that may want to do the same thing, that may want to replicate the same thing that they have done, so that we don't keep losing innocent people, we don't keep losing stars, we don't keep losing potentials, brains. That would be my submission for now. Thank you. I yield the mic.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You need to drink some ginger tea and lime and lemon so that it can help your voice, okay?
Thank you so much. I'll do that right now.
Sorry. So unmute if you want to talk. Who want to talk? Who want to add to what he said? Unmute. Are we sleeping?
Oh, we are not.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Jeffrey Mother.
Boss, amen. Yeah, and I will
Yeah, can you hear me?
what our brother.
Amen.
Yes, amen, but your network is a little bit weak.
Amen. Can you hear us? Amen. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Okay, boss, let me use 1 second, 2 seconds. Let me speak a little bit.
All right.
And I said, I support this man, the third guy that just finished explaining how the public can take over this whole case. It's more, I will support it 100% because Papa Mohbad, the way we are seeing it is not going anywhere. At the first time, stand up for justice, but the way it's going to now, it's not going for justice any longer. If you can turn this whole thing to be a saga, and you keep it quiet since then, people have been dragging you, your family, people call you murderer, you can't do nothing, and you come after African television, you can see Papa Mohbad is not ready for justice. So if there's any way we the public can take over this case, let's do it. Let's sue all of them, both including Wumi, Papa Mohbad, Adura, all of them, because Mohbad is a public. If it's possible, the way we the public can come in. And the only foundation can come up.
Susie, please, can you block that?
Who is that? Sorry? Who do you want me to block?
I think there is someone in the comment section, maybe.
Who is that? I don't read these comments. Okay, let's the moderator they'll block her. They'll block him or her. Lizzie is there, engine room is there, Thunderfire is there. Who is the person so that they can block the person? Okay, go ahead. The comment section is so dirty for me, so I don't even look at it. Okay, go ahead.
So I will support him. Let's
Sorry, the account is Kemona now 226.
Okay, Kemona 226. Go ahead, Jeffrey.
Okay, I think anyway with the public, I've been saying this almost a month now. Anyway with the public can take over this whole case. Let's take over this case from this family. But this family, they gang up to kill this boy. All of them gang up to kill this boy. If they are not saying anything about what's happened to Mohbad, and Wumi said you know a lot, Papa Mohbad said you know a lot, and you can't accept when the DNA is done, you can say something. So let us use those words to sue all of them. If it's possible, if any way we the public can come in this case, let's come in and take charge of this case. If it comes to donation, we all can donate. They are not bigger than public. And the family of Aloba, they cannot fight. They said that they can't fight the government. So before they will rule this case fully, let us try and take this case away from them. That is all I have to say for now. Thank you.
Okay. So, Amen, open the floor for you.
Yeah.
Unmute.
Yeah, the truth is, let me start from what Jeffrey Mole said. With respect to that they cannot fight the government. I've heard that statement before and I was asking, you cannot fight the government. What do you mean by that? Is it that you're trying to do something right and the government is not accepting it? You're trying to make the appropriate applications. The government is refusing. You're trying to force the authorities involved to do the right thing and they are not doing so. What is you cannot fight the government with? It's just like they are trying to blow hot and cold at the same time because the public obviously can see that the family is reluctant and not willing to ensure that this case is diligently prosecuted And that is why we still have the public interfering to this extent that we have suggestions if we can get options to have the public take over this case. If we have had lawyers at the inquest that were dropped down, I have said it before, those lawyers, they were not dropped down on discretional exercise of power by the courts. There was some form of application that led to that order of the court. Where did the application emanate from? Now, there is no the allegation that they cannot fight the public cannot hold any water. It cannot stand, because obviously it is not by what you say but by what you do. Their actions are showing clearly that they are playing around with the case, while they are coming out to claim that they are trying to do something from behind, by impliedly though, by the interpretation of their statement that they cannot fight the government. They are trying to say they're trying to do the right thing, and the government is not trying to comply. And if there is not even some form of understanding between the government and this family, I think the government should have taken that statement serious, because it carries some punishments for you to come lay allegations without evidence to back it up. So there is a game played in the whole process from the beginning of the case. I think we already knew that there is some kind of game they are playing, and this issue of DNA that they were talking about, trying to have a kind of settlement. It didn't start now. It started long ago, from the moment this guy died. Because when you start tracing at the time he died, the time the police briefing came up, the inquest set up, everything, you know that it is not like a thing where the authority takes total control of the case and gives does the right thing at the right time without recourse to any person, the way it's supposed to be when it comes to a criminal case. Because when it comes to a criminal case, it is against the state. The nominal complainant is not relevant. Even if the nominal complainant choose not to give statement or give evidence. So the father, the wife, the mother, everybody in the family that was present or whose name was mentioned at any point is a suspect. So anything the government is supposed to do, the government is supposed to do it without recourse to whatever any person in that family would think. But from the issue of the death, 12 September, down to the police briefing on the 6th or 6/7th October. Now, I saw something on the comment section. I saw something there. You see this issue of inquest, coroner inquest. Coroner inquest comes generally after an autopsy cannot identify the cause of death. Let me explain this clearly, right? An inquest, a coroner inquest, has the power to demand or to order an autopsy to be done. However, an autopsy to be done, it does not require compulsorily an order from any form of authority. You can commence or do your you do your autopsy at any point in time. Now, by going by the general rule, you most likely see situations that before an inquest is set up, there is a conclusion that the medical process, which is the autopsy, will most likely not be able to, get the results they need. So when you now look at the dates, you look at the date 7th October, and the inquest was set up on 13th October, and then you look at the interval between 7th and 13th, you realize that there is already a conclusion even before the police briefing. There is already an understanding before the police briefing that an inquest should be set up. That means they have not even made necessary efforts, even though they were talking about the time frame within which the body was exhumed, between when he was buried and when the body was exhumed. They have not even made attempts, and the time frame, that 10 days, it is not as if the implication was that autopsy cannot get results at all. So when you take a look at these things, it's obvious that they have already started doing some processes behind the public that the family is aware of. That is why even during the police briefing, at the end of the briefing, the police said the necessary organs has been already taken away from the body. The briefing that came in on the 7th, how long does it take autopsy to be concluded? Results came out on May 2024. Within this time, why did Baba Mohbad not make an application with respect to the autopsy, since when the organs were taken and down to May 2024? They chose not to inquire to know what is going on. That's not possible. Baba Mohbad was abreast. The family were abreast with the fact. The authorities involved were in constantly exactly what was going on. It was the public. It's only the public that don't know what is happening. The family knows exactly what is going on. Now, the other issue is this. The family have this mentality, entitlement mentality, to the effect that they believe that justice for Mohbad is justice for the family, which is not so. Nobody needs Baba Mohbad to do anything. And as a matter of fact, based on the story as to how Mohbad died, down to the burial, Baba Mohbad falls under the category of an accessory, which is more like also part of the persons that conspired in the death, allegedly. So Baba Mohbad is being given the wrong relevance at this point. Many people will come with emotional and sentimental kind of statement and say someone lost his child. If Mohbad is to come back to life today and realize that this case is lingering and the statement is being placed before him that this is the position, this is what and what your father has not been able to do, despite the fact that he had the public calling his attention that you are supposed to do this and that, and is not doing it, Mohbad is going to curse his father. For you to be because if your son died does not mean that you cannot be responsible for the death of your son. And the law will not even look at that entirely. The law will not even consider it when even looking into a criminal case. But there is this form of mentality, entitlement mentality, with respect to the justice. The justice is for the society. It is not for Mohbad's family. Now, when we start looking at other issues, just the way J. Foyemole said, the society, including the mother, somebody is asking Liam Omole, what about the mother? I'm just talking about the father because that's the person that the public mostly refer to. But when I'm doing my research, I don't forget every person that is involved, because even the mother was there within the prescribed time by law that a person will be in a particular location or around a particular person to fall under the categories of persons that will actually be interrogated where any particular offense happen within a specific time. But that's not what I'm here to do now. What I'm trying to analyze here is the understanding between the family and the authorities in charge. That statement that we cannot fight against the government is a statement to deceive the public. And that is why the statement, the authorities which that statement was made against have not even come out to even say anything about it. A defamatory statement to that extent. These guys know what they are doing. But in the end, there is an option of still filing for a petition against every person in that house. Because as we stand, we don't even know the position to which the authorities are acting, to which the police are acting. Is it that the police are acting based on the complaint of Baba Mohbad, or the police came in based on when the public started demanding for this justice? When the news broke out, is it that the police took over the case from that process? And if the police actually did, why was the family referred to as the nominal complainant in the first place during that police press briefing? You realize that there is everything wrong. This case of Mohbad, in the first place, there is no specific shape to it. You can't even know where to put any person. Every person involved from the beginning will come up with different stories. Now we don't even know if Baba Mohbad is a nominal complainant or a suspect. If Wunmi is a nominal complainant or a suspect. And all these things can change. Wunmi has to change to being a suspect if she was a nominal complainant. How will that be done? Is by getting the case instituted properly. Is for us to know how is this particular case inherited by the police. Is it that the police are considering Baba Mohbad as a complainant, or they are considering Wunmi as the complainant? And if that is the case, then it is wrong. We have to start from there. I actually try to inquire to know with respect to through the Baba Mohbad, that Baba Mohbad should give a detailed explanation. Which position is Wunmi on this? Is Wunmi placed on this case of Mohbad? Which particular position? Is she a suspect, or she was called in as a witness? Nobody can let us know that if not somebody that is inside. It's only Baba Mohbad that can come and say, this is what they consider Wunmi as. Or the lawyers representing Baba Mohbad at the police station that can come and give us the complete detail. Now, even if we are going to look at this case of Mohbad from the story of something happened at the show down to the house, treatment and death, it does not still serve to stop a criminal petition against Mohbad on the ground of that case of threat to life. And if there is a particular case of threat to life filed against Wunmi, I don't think it will even take the court up to a week. Wunmi would have done that DNA, because the issue of threat to life was consequential upon argument between Mohbad and Wunmi with respect to the paternity of the child. And the law with respect to that is, if any application is made on the grounds that that particular issue of paternity will serve as a major evidence of the prosecution in prosecuting a criminal case, a major criminal case, the court will speedily grant it. Now, the police now in charge of this case are trying to tell the public that they do not see this issue of paternity to be among the major the evidence they are supposed to be cleared upon, which will help the case of the police. So even if the police decide to disgrace themselves, I'll put it to that with that more is a word. If they decide to disgrace themselves with respect to their competence and knowing what they are doing, when we talk about investigation and prosecution, we still have an option of going through the issue of threats to life. You can go via a direct criminal complaint there in Lagos, and the police will be ordered to investigate that issue of threats to life. There, if the police choose not to do the right thing, it is just to go back to that same court and make it like it won't be like the long process of going to get another of mandamus again, because the investigation itself started through the police through the court's order. So there is option if we have foundations on ground to do the right thing. It is obvious that Baba Mohbad is not going to do it. Nobody from the family of Mohbad will do this. And nothing is stopping the public from interfering in a criminal case. That is why it is a case. It is a case against the state, not against a person. The right to raise or report a criminal case is constitutional. And the evidence on ground, whether electronically generated online, is admissible. So there is complete detail to commence another action against the wife and the family generally, coming from a different story entirely, which is the issue of the paternity, down to threat to life, down to the leading of the death. They can continue sitting on the issue of the show, coming down to home for treatment, and the issue of the death. But we also know that there is another angle where this guy's death could most likely come from. So if the public wants to pursue this case, the public can go ahead and do it. Call the attention of the lawyers that were at the inquest. I can have a direct communication with them. You can table this that I said before them. They will confirm to you if what I'm saying is the law or not. And then you will now realize, you will now understand that if any person, you will now understand that if nothing is being done in the end, then there is a consensus behind. That is, there is an understanding behind.
Amen. Yeah, can I interrupt you a little bit? Sorry. Can I ask you some few questions a little bit? Now, you said a lot. Let me ask you a question. I know Baba Mohbad's people will be listening, and me people, in fact, the entire family of Aloba is listening, and Wumi Adebanjo, her people will be listening. And based on your knowledge, the way you understand the law, Rich, so these are my few questions for you, so that they will know this journey that we are about to start is a journey for justice for Mohbad, not justice for any member of his family, okay? And so that they're going to be aware of what is about to start, okay? So my question goes like this. Now, number one, You asked a question that we don't know whether Wumi is being treated as a witness, okay? Which, from my own understanding and from my own information, Wumi is being treated as a witness, okay? And I don't know how did Nigeria. Then my fear, based on all the allegations leveled against him from his daughter to his daughter-in-law, which is a voice record evidence accusation, and has not done anything about it.
Sorry, I didn't hear you very well.
Will be the person that is going to.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Oh shit. Amen. Can you hear me?
It's cracking. I don't know if it's my network or your network.
Not good, man.
I think it's your
Can you
network.
hear what you were saying? Okay, I think it's mine. I can hear you.
Mama, is your network, Mama Susie? Mother Susie, is your network?
Is it my network? But can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yes, now, okay, now.
I say my fear for Baba Mohbad, a lot of accusation has labeled against him, from Wumi to Mama Mohbad. And in this case, my fear, based on your understanding, my fear, I hope Baba Mohbad is not going to be put in the bus at the end of the day, because all these accusations that has mentioned, labeled against him, he has not tried to dispute any of them. In fact, for the matter of fact, he also said that until the DNA is done, then he will tell the public the killer of Mohbad. So obviously, I'm kind of tagging him together with Wumi and the rest. You understand that he knows something about the death of Mohbad, and the window is still open for him for that accusation that was labeled against him, and they have not done anything about it. Are you afraid for him on that aspect?
Well, let me just start from the first thing you said with respect to me being a witness. You know, the difference between a criminal and civil case is the issue of proving the offense, right? Proving beyond reasonable doubt for a criminal case is more like the court wants you to be very accurate without mistakes, right? Now, me being a witness is still an assumption. We can only verify that from the police. The police can come out to say, no, the Wumi is not a witness today. And if we say no, Wumi is a witness because of the way we see her countenance, how she's, not under pressure in the whole procedure, still having, the guts to come out to insult the father, and all of that, it will still not hold water. Presumptions will still be treated as presumptions, right? Until we can have something to establish our own position. So I still maintain that ground that it is only Baba Mohbad that can do that if he actually wants justice for his son, either through his lawyer. His lawyer can go to the station there and verify to know what is going on. Mm-hmm. It is still within his rights. That's one. Secondly, for Baba Mohbad, what I understand, Precious, I'll answer your question. For Baba Mohbad, it is.
Can you all tap so that we don't end
this? Common, right? Tap. It is common for people trying to protect themselves from crimes to commit other crimes. Mm-hmm. What I'm trying to say is, if those people know he knows and he wants to expose them, it is common for any person to understand or think that they will want to take him out too. To mute the process, just like we also have reasons to also believe that the Mohbad was allegedly killed because he is beginning to demand for the paternity of the child, or maybe if he gets to make that discovery and expose it, those people are going to be in some form of problem, and all of that.
Yeah.
So, but there is the issue with this. Something has to start from somewhere. If you know your life is in danger, you start running from the moment you know. From the moment that this case started, that was why I mentioned the date. Between that police briefing, at the end of the briefing, they made it clear that Mohbad's body, the organs has been removed for the necessary test. And nothing was done down to May 7th that we began to hear inconclusive. They could not get it. So is it that they were trying to tell us that the autopsy was conducted all through this month? No. Mohbad's father must have been informed that this is the situation, this is what is going on. They know, the family already know. They are trying to have a dialogue. How should we present this? What should we do and what should we not do? That is the reason why the information was not disclosed to the public down to this, to the point it was disclosed late. Now, it also means that the authority involved have one or some kind of understanding. They are also in contact with the family too. Because if the authorities involved are doing their job without having consideration to any of those family members, immediately they got that information that it's inconclusive, it would have been disclosed. And no, it is not new. Speedy investigation and the prosecution is key to justice. That's why you hear justice delayed is justice denied. And the more you delay the investigation, the more you allow for more compromise in the investigation. The reason why you would see a case of murder and you will not have all the suspects arrested at a time, questioned in different rooms and cross-examined to get your answer, you will know already that there is a loophole. You know they are not trying to get the truth. They are not trying to get the facts. And what was the need? Was there a need for the rush investigation of 2 weeks, the panel that was set up to inquire into the death of Mohbad? Who pressured the authority into speed? So you can see where the problem is. A panel was set up to speedily inquire into a death that has more than 5 different circumstances. Now, after then, the process of investigation, the process of subsequent investigation that is supposed to be speedy is now slow. You use 2 weeks to conduct investigation for a case of murder that involves where you do your proper investigation. It will involve more than 20 persons in the end. You decided to mandate a 2 weeks period. And after that, for something that we know that medically there is a stipulated time that it cannot cross when you're to conduct, talking about the autopsy, then you decided to cross that part down to how many months now? We're going into a year. How can they add up the pieces? How do they want to make it make sense? So there is one thing I will let Baba Mohbad know if he's under any form of threat. There is nobody on this case now that can harm Baba Mohbad that will not be exposed. It is too late. The case has gone too far. The people surrounding Baba Mohbad are known. Baba Mohbad cannot be killed by any person now that person will not be fished out. The only thing I can believe at is maybe he has some other kind of secret that he does not want to leak out if he decides to come out to make obvious that this is what is happening. So it is not the issue of threat to his life. If Baba Mohbad is being scared at this point, is not issue of death. Is issue of trying to protect his own secret. And if it is to the death of his own son, then I do not think I need to give any definition to him. Every person with a conscious mind can give a definition, even if it's 10 million people. And I'm sure if we come to make the definitions public, it will be the same.
Yep.
That's my answer to the question with respect to that question with respect to the safety of Baba Mohbad. I think also Precious, that should also answer your question. I think you were asking to know.
That's a yes.
If Baba Mohbad may be in any form of danger.
Amen. So that's a yes, that Baba Mohbad can be actually put in a bus at the end of the day, right?
Yes, it's possible. But for what reason? That's the consideration.
Yeah, because they accused him.
Is he keeping quiet for being scared of his life, or for a different interest? Because I believe that if it is with respect to his life, Baba Mohbad cannot be harmed now without the whole truth being exposed. It's too late. So if he's keeping quiet, I believe it's for something different, which is prioritizing over justice for the death of the son he loved.
Amen. Can I say something? Do you believe if police is gonna walk like they want to walk, Baba Mohbad is gonna be placed in prime boy situation, right? Wunmi accused prime boy, okay, of killing Mohbad. The police have no any evidence, okay? And also the same woman has accused Baba Mohbad, okay? The same Mama Mohbad has accused Papa Mohbad, okay? Papa Mohbad has also come out and said that the only time he's going to tell us what killed Mohbad is when the DNA is done. So, to me, Papa Mohbad is no different than a prime boy in this case. Do you think so?
Now, Papa Mohbad is more of a suspect than prime boy by the facts of the case.
Okay.
And if any person is accusing another is accusing another, it is the reason why we have the police and other authorities empowered to investigate and identify who in the end should be a suspect, who in the end should be a defendant, who in the end should be a witness. Now, if Baba Mohbad has opened his own mouth to say until the DNA is out, before I will tell you what killed my son, then of what use? Why is the investigation even still ongoing?
Yeah.
Because he has already given the answers. He has told the authorities that he knows what killed the boy.
Yeah.
We also have a similar situation when police were giving press briefing. They said the nurse admitted that the injection she gave him was what triggered the reaction that led to his death. So if the police know that that was it, why are they still investigating?
Yeah.
There is a lot of
So
the investigation is.
We don't want to do the DNA so that the secret will not leak out.
And that is why the police are supposed to do the right thing. If the police are doing their job without any form of sentiment, fear, and favor, nobody will listen to the fact of this case and will not know that the paternity of that child is crucial to determining the cause of the death of Mohbad. So whatever is not that is not done is, I take it to be intentional.
Yep.
But I'm still putting it that there are other ways that this whole thing will be triggered appropriately. Another case can be commenced against Wumi. After all, if Wumi is a witness there, Wumi is not going to come in as a witness for the case of threat to life. She's coming in as a suspect. So maybe they may want to go and re-strategize themselves and say, mention me as a defendant there. But it still does not change the fact that the circumstance leading to this second petition is different from the first. And if they are trying to say, okay, they are going to bring in the issue of the threat to life now, because the public are trying to go in to do the right thing. If they bring in that issue of threat to life, it will also still give the public a stronger ground to be able to invoke court's order to mandate the police to conduct that DNA. Because if an application is being made to the courts to mandate the police to investigate and order a DNA to be done on the ground that the wife has threatened the deceased and the threat came as a result of the dispute with respect to paternity, the court will grant it one hand.
Okay. So
yeah,
now,
so there is no escape route in it.
No more questions. Amen. Amen. One more question. Now, we the public, we truly want justice. We are not looking for justice for Wumi or Baba Mohbad or Mama Mohbad. Okay. Now, at what point we the public, or at what point we the public, we are part of the state, right? We are part of the state, and state is part of us. At the point that we the public is not satisfied with the state's movement or the state action in this case, at what point can we go after the state? The public, we have rights to sue the state. Then at what point we, the public, are decided to say, okay, the family has suffered us enough. We have a lot of evidence from the family, and the state is not using the evidence to find us the justice we are looking for, which Baba Mohbad said, when the DNA is done, he will tell us what killed the son, which government is not acting on that. Wumi has said a lot of things. The death that is meant for Liam, that's what Mohbad took. Wumi has said again, when she speak, they will stone Baba Mohbad to death. She spoke and she said, Baba Mohbad know what killed Mohbad, and Mama Mohbad speak again and said, Baba Mohbad is relating with the people that stabbed Mohbad. So as I'm talking on behalf of public now, so at what point is that not good enough if the state underlook and they don't want to act on all this evidence? As we can prove that evidence can be proved because they are all voice notes, which none of them can deny the voice note. We can prove it beyond reasonable doubt. And we said, okay, we public, we're going to rise up because what the state is doing, we don't like it. Can we sue this family, sue Mohbad, sue Mama Mohbad, sue Baba Mohbad based on what they have said? Can we? Then we sue the police, the government, based on their action. They've heard this. What is their action on these things they've heard? What is their actions? And with other things that we have put together, can we sue the police, sue this family? Is it possible?
Okay, now let me start this addressing this question with the last person's comment, BX1. If the public wants to take over the case, we need a strong foundation, which we don't have at this point. I don't know if we don't have, but I agree that we need a strong foundation. And if we have any, I think it's the right thing.
Somebody's working on it.
Excellent. Now, based on everything that you have said, there is a ground to commence legal criminal action against every of the persons you mentioned, as long as those statements exist. As long as there is evidence with respect to those statements, I can tell you completely that there is grounds to commit criminal action against them. Whether they want the criminal actions will be instituted against them distinctly or jointly, there is ground.
Okay.
Now, the next question: at what point the public can come in? The public can come in at any point where a wrong is seen to be done.
Yeah.
The right is still there. It's just going to be triggered by your action.
Mm-hmm.
You file and you commence the whatever action it is in court for the court to apply that your right. Now, the issue we are going to be looking at is this. All these videos you made mention of, these statements you made mention of, we are not privy to the detail of police investigation activities because they are also protected by law under the Police Act not to disclose certain kind of evidence which will help or which will aid proper prosecution of a case. The intention behind that law is just like you're making an investigation, you're trying to keep certain things secret, because if you make it open, a particular person involved may go and try to, cover evidence, and all of that. But there is a way we can also verify if we have those lawyers representing Baba Mohbad, presenting those evidence personally to the police. When they present the evidence, the police will either tell them, we have already seen this and we have taken it into consideration. That will also form part of the records of the lawyer. And that was why from when I started addressing this case, I said there are so many things that they were saying or talking about doing that there is no evidence. Lawyers don't even work without evidence. Record is one of the major qualities of lawyers. If you're writing to the police, if you're demanding from the police, you write, they get it stamped, you get your received copy as evidence. So if they are presenting it to the police that on this case, I'm representing my client, this is an evidence, the police can decide to say, okay, we have already taken this into consideration, is enough. And the police can say, okay, bring it in. It's still the same thing. At that point, the lawyer knows. The lawyer can come to tell the public that this person's statement has already come to the knowledge of the police. The police are aware of it. At that point, we can have sufficient ground to fault the police more accurately. And the police can be put or placed on their toes at that point too. To know that they have to be very careful not to allow anything to go wrong. Now, we still come back to the question, these lawyers representing Baba Mohbad, is it that they are not doing their work properly, they are not competent? To me, I think that is not the case. Most likely, it will be an issue of the rules of the practice. You have to work according to the instruction given by your client. You can suggest to your client an action that you need to take, even though there are certain exceptional circumstances where a lawyer can use information given to him. But the general rule, in the general the lawyers are not supposed to go and force something on the client. So the lawyers can say, we are going to submit this evidence. Baba Mohbad can say no. And they will have to ignore it. But we don't know what actually is the problem yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are so many things that need to be identified. So many things are lingering. So many things are just floating on the air. there is no shape to it. It is when you start making inquiries, deep inquiries, that you now start tracing it and see that there are so many problems, even from the commencement of the case down to this point. And we have allowed it to stay like that. It keeps growing and growing and growing. And this is the same thing, similar to the issue of the investigation that is supposed to be done and cemented earlier on. You're allowing it to prolong, thereby giving room or giving space for more compromise, more and more compromise. Allowing the possible suspects to go back and redraft their own ways, to go back and amend their plans to see how they can exonerate themselves. Immediately you're conducting investigation into a criminal case, you know that you are more like on a football pitch.
Yeah.
You are on your own side trying to see how you investigate and know the truth. The other team, they are on their own side trying to see how they cover it by all means. And then you decide to ignore the other team, even though you have power to inspect what they are doing. Even though you have the power to know or to be able to curb their activities in a way that will not allow them to be able to make more ways to be able to bring more issues in that may negatively affect the case in the end. And nothing is being done about it. So I think if there is a credible, if there is a good foundation on ground, something can be started. All options, all legal remedies, all legal options should be exhausted. From the issue of filing a petition on a criminal case, down to the issue of going by the civil means with respect to the child, which is going through the angle of the safety of the child. Because if the child is in question, the safety of the child is also in question. If the paternity of the child is in question, the safety of the child is in question, especially when it relates to a case where we have a criminal case being associated with the issue. There is also room to protect the child by the government also.
Yeah.
So there are more than 3-4 legal remedies in place that needs to be instituted. We cannot be assuming that if we apply to the court, what if the court say no, or all of that? That's not even a material discussion.
Okay.
As long as the law recognizes it, and the requirement to institute a case is the course of action, and then the legal personality to be able to sue, and whether or not the person suing is the appropriate party, and which I have already checked and ruled out that we do not have any issues with respect to any of those things.
Okay, amen. Let me ask you a question. See, I can see that the petition is no more working, which we heard from some of Obama's team, some people in the team, that said that the Nigerian police has given order that any petition that comes onto their table concern Mohbad's case, that they shouldn't take it anymore. Must we go through petition? Can't we go straight if we are ready? Can't we go straight and beginning to sue these people? Must we write a petition? Must it be a petition first? Because see, petition in this whole journey for 1 month is not working. They decided to choose the one they're going to attend to, and they decided to choose the one they don't want to attend to. Like example, Darusha's petition has been thrown out, goes nowhere. Prime Boy's petition is been there. Petition on Wumi, petition on Mama Muba, petition on Mohammed, the officer, is not going anywhere. So these police people in question, they choose the petition which they want to operate, they want to take forward. I remember sometime last year when I and the Aries would try to put petitions all the way to Abuja, that petition would not be implemented. So for me, I think if truly we, the public, is going to pick up these things, anyway, whoever is the lawyer that is going to come on board will know better. But for me, sometimes you have to push the lawyers to go beyond their limits, okay? So for me, I don't think we should be thinking of petition. If truly we want to go to this case, let's begin to sue them. If they fail to act on the small court, we'll move it to the higher court. If they fail to attend to us on higher court, we move it to federal court. I think that's what we should have in our mind, the focus we should have in our mind towards this journey we want to start on. You understand? I think that's what will get us to have something done quick, because I believe the petition is no more working. You know, the petition is a way for them to frustrate people and to not do anything. What do you think?
Okay, the issue is this. For commencing criminal actions, there are stipulated procedures in law for you to commence criminal actions, and there are also jurisdiction dependent. So that is why you can't just go to the court and just start a criminal case just like that. You can approach a court first, but that will now be as a form of like a direct criminal complaint. You know, and then if you're not going to be doing that, you can either go to orally reports at the station, which is also valid in Lagos State, or you go by a petition. So that is the reason why no matter whatever decision we are making with respect to instituting a criminal action, we must also take into consideration the provisions of the law. Because if you don't follow the proper process, it will not stand. It can just be thrown out. Now, if they are trying to delay the process based on not acting on the petitions that have been written, filing a petition and having a received copy from the authority, that received copy is enough evidence to file for an order mandating the police to either act or give response to the petitioner, or even report back to the court with respect to the petition. What is going on? Is it that you're still trying to act on the petition, or you're rejecting the petition? If you're rejecting, you let the petitioner know. If the petition is defective by any reason, you let the petitioner know there is room for amendments. That can be done. So if Prime Boy has a petition and is not being attended to, he should tell his lawyer to file for an order in court mandating the police to do that. Okay. And if his lawyer is not doing that, then you now understand that they are just playing a game. Yeah. That's why you need to know the facts of these things before you know whether someone is trying to fool you or not. Yeah. So generally now, I assume that they have filed a petition, as you said, and nothing is being done. But I want to know, have they thought about taking the steps for the right thing to be done or not? If they do not know, they should know now. If we still, in the next reasonable time, they are not doing the right thing, then you know that they were just playing games. They were just taking advantage of the situation to just sit and say, okay, just file a petition and let the public know that the police is not doing anything about it. And they will just look away from your own side that you're doing the right thing. So we have those things.
Amen. So something.
I can't hear you. Who is?
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's a little bit clear.
Sorry, man. I lost my voice. Yes. Sorry, I'm actually making an answer. I'm gonna take it. Yeah, I want to say first, See, the reason why all of these petitions that have been written in the past and up to now, the reason why they've not been attended to, or why they were not acted upon, it's simply because it is individuals still writing all of these petitions, right? Whatever individuals, they're all individuals. Look, that is the power in that is the difference between when an individual is acting or when a set of individuals are acting and when the public is acting. The thing is this: if there is public legal representative, and as we've said, and knowing fully that the public now, according to what you've said, that the public can actually take up this matter on their own and do a petition. Look, they are going to act on it. I know the legal system of Nigeria very well, and I know how the Nigerian police, how they work. You see, the voice of people is greater, is mightier than all of these people, the voice of the government and the police. So the voice of the people will make them do the right thing. And if you have the right set of legal representative, you will see that the narrative, all of these old things will change. Because one single person is still acting. That is why they will do all that they're doing. Because these people, look, it is clear that there is a powerful hand. There is someone who is very, very powerful, who is very connected. Don't let me say powerful, who is highly connected behind this whole thing. And that person is the reason why there won't be any headway in whatever any single individual is doing or has been doing. But the moment the public steps in, the voice of the public, that is what we curtail their recklessness. We know that these people are reckless. These people, look, if you know them very well, the Nigerian government and whatever, even the police very well, these people, they act as though the law is not meant for them sometimes, especially when it is one of them that is involved in something. The law, they act as though they are above that law, and they will break all laws breakable just to make sure that they protect whatever person or interest they want to protect. So the only way to stop them from doing all of that is the public. The moment the public, let the public do a petition and let them not act on it. And then the legal representative is going to come out immediately, each and every time, addressing the public, addressing the media, telling them what it is that they are experiencing, that they are encountering, either in the hands of the Nigerian police because the thing is this, you see, all of these judges talking about sue them. All of these judges, take for instance, all the judges in Lagos State, they are political appointees. All of them, each and every judge. I know all their courts very well. All of these judges, they are political appointees. They are appointed by the, what's it called? What's this person called? You know the person I'm talking about, who heads Ministry of Justice. What's this called? Attorney General. Okay? Attorney General of Lagos State. He appointed all of the judges that are in the courts, that are in every court in Lagos State. So they are all his appointees. All they do is call them. Look, there's a matter before you. There's a case. We don't want this. I want you to do this. I want you to answer for. I want you to destroy that case. I want you to make a mess of the case. And that is what they will do, whether it is civil or whatever. But the moment it is the public, it is the voice of the public against them, they will tread cautiously, no matter how reckless they are, Otherwise, they know what can happen. Look at what is happening in Nigeria now, the protest that is happening. That is the voice of the people. The voice of the people, they can't handle it. So,
Yeah.
So that's exactly my own point. Now that the public wants to explore a totally different route, different from all of these alobas and mumi, whatever. Look, in the first instance, why would any sane person make the wife of the late Mohbad a witness in this case? No, witness to what? She was the person that was with this guy as of when they heard the loud noise that they said they heard. Unless all of these old stories are lies. But the truth is this, she was in that house when it happened. And I know for a fact, 99%, for her to have been changing her stories every time, that she knows 99% of what happened to that guy. So if she knows, why would you make such a person a witness? How would you want to witness what? To witness to our own killing of someone? Are you crazy? Is that not insane?
Well, once someone can even start as a witness and then switch to being a suspect if the authorities know what they're doing.
Yeah, and they know what they're doing, bro. I will tell you something, they know what they're doing. But you see all of these things that they've been doing, all of this show acting that they've been doing, all of this power play that they've been doing, they are doing it because the whole justice for Mohbad thing started on a wrong note. People are busy empowering and turning the Baba, the father of the guy, into a celebrity, into a VIP. They're concentrating all their energy on him, spending money, doing this and all that. I don't understand. All the whole support is for the man. And then some other people's support is for the wife. As opposed to all of the support should be to get justice for this guy that has lost his life. You understand? So, it started on the
one thing, right?
Yeah.
Amen. I would like to talk to you after this conversation, please.
Okay, no problem. Let me first address something, right?
Yeah.
The first thing I would like to address is the position where you say the Attorney General, the judges are appointees of the Attorney General. It's normal for citizens to be offended by how public officers act, and when they make some allegations based on the way these people act, like to say, okay, these persons are thieves, these people are doing injustice, and all of that. It's common, but the truth is sometimes we also try to be very careful because of, we are trying to secure a platform where we can be able to make our voice to be heard, and we do not want to do something that will, compromise the platform. The appointment of judicial officers, the process is not for the Attorney General to do that. It comes from the Judicial Service Commission down to, from recommendations, then actions from the Judicial Service Commission down to the final confirmation. But I understand your position. Trying to express dissatisfaction, and which is the reason why you're offended, looking at it like, okay, these persons working to suit a particular office instead of working to in the interest of justice for the public. Even myself, sometimes we make all these utterances, so I just want to correct that as a form of disclaimer, should in case anything is coming to affect this platform.
Hello, Amen. Let me say something. Look, I'm not being sentimental or emotional here. Look, I do not have nothing to gain. No.
You don't understand me.
No, I want to make a point. I'm coming. I want to make a point. And everything I say, I am not just talking because, I'm not a lawyer, okay? But there's nothing you want to tell me about the judicial system or whatever system in Nigeria. All of the judges, let me tell you, I can start. I'm talking to you right now from experience, personal experience with the Attorney General of Lagos State. I'm talking I'm talking from a place of knowledge. I'm not talking just someone is just talking. No, but I don't want to go so much into so many things. This is not just talking about law.
Okay, okay. You know what? Let's save ourselves the time, right? I understand what you're saying. What I'm just telling you is this. I'm telling you that the procedure you mentioned is not the position of the law with respect to how appointments of judges come to be, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is I understand your grievance. I understand that you are not happy. I understand that I am not happy too. And I understand that the citizens of this country are not happy. We have a protest ongoing and we can call the government thieves. We can say this and that. We have an issue being resolved at the National Assembly level. I think the last time where one of the member was raising an issue that they were called this or that. I understand. I'm not saying I don't agree with you or something. It's our personal opinion, and it's not born out of nowhere. It is born out of the frustration, the inactions that we see, and then the actions neglected. You understand? So I'm trying to just say the position of the law is different for what you're saying, and at the same time, I'm not trying to say what you're saying is wrong, is out of order. I'm not the court, right? So
I think both of you are equally right. There's a procedure for electing those judges, but most of the time, what we see is that process is influenced by the Attorney General of that state. North 31st Avenue. So that is why, even we that are not in the legal field, will see it as the Attorney General just picking people and appointing them and giving them positions. So it's everything in Nigeria is influenced by the politics, by who you know. So the system is totally wrong. So for my question, before I exit where I'm heading to Amen, and then when we get a good foundation and a public and the legal team to represent the public, do you think the family can halt it? Like saying they don't want it, they want to halt it, they don't. I mean, the public should stop the process. Like what we have seen, what is happening to Barrister Bankole. So that's my question for you, because that has been something bothering me, and I think it's something we need to know.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, right. So I think this is the position. The reason why they had something to say with respect to Bankole is because of the stage of the proceeding at that point, which is the inquest. So when you look at it, you realize that they have little or no role to play in the inquest because they are trying to inquire into the death, and the major position they can their major input at that point is to be able to either cross-examine, some of the witnesses, and those are not major facts that the coroner inquest consider in the end. And you don't just come to have the right to cross-examine any person. Like, I can't just stand up to go to the inquest and say, Wunmi testified, I want to cross-examine her without having any form of, connection as it stands. And the citizens, the connection of the citizen with respect to inquiry into the death at the inquest does not technically go in at inquest level, that's the right of the citizens, the constitutional right of the citizens with respect to reporting or raising alarm to suspicion or criminal activities happening in the state. It does not extend to that point. So the issue of the inquest is something different entirely. However, the position, what led to the removal of the lawyer is what is malicious. Even though it is not necessary, it could not have had any negative effect if they were there. Now, the reason why any activity with respect to, making an application for their removal, that is the position which I define to be malicious in the end. So, but then they can come back and they can still operate legally. Nobody is going to take them out if we are looking at going into the full prosecution of the case, which is with respect to finding who is guilty. There is a different, the inquest is finding what caused the death. The criminal case will be looking for who actually did whatever it is, who is responsible. Was it a single person? Was there a conspiracy? After that, was there an activity to try to cover it up, and all of that? So the family will not have any input. They will not have any power with respect to that.
Can I come in?
Yeah, so I think that's just that. And just with respect to this issue of appointment of judges, I understand very well any person can, lay allegations, but I'm just trying to also still make sure that the platform is.
Yeah, can I say something? Can I say something quickly? I want to say something. Do you know what? I'm a very practical person, and I learn by experience. If someone has passed through something and the person is talking on that, based on that, I try to listen. I'm going to tell you something now. I like what the woman that just spoke, that was saying that both of us are right. But I want to tell you something. Look, there was a case in at Lagos State Ibushiri High Court. I was involved. This case involved the Office of Attorney General, Minister of Alausa, Attorney General. They were administering an estate for a family. They connived with someone in that family and stole the disease money. The money I'm talking about is a lot of money. This was a billionaire. They stole the money, and all of these Attorney General, they shared the money. They all had the money. Later, when the family realized what they've done, and then they sued the Office of Attorney General, Administrator General, and Public Trustee, with the person that they connive with in the family. You know what these people do? Look, these people are reckless to the core. These people, they stopped the judge. They stopped the judge. Candidate Johnson, if you know what I'm talking about, Candidate Johnson was the person, was in charge of the case before he retired. He's now retired. They are all mafians. They stopped the case. Then the family went as the person in the family went as far as taking up a criminal charge against them, case against them, wrote a petition. You know what they still did? After the police are done, they've done thorough investigation. They've done their investigation. They found out that what they did, let me tell you, it is documentary. They even advised the person to go and forge a document just to collect that money. And
can I give a submission before I forget, please?
Sorry, can I just round up, please? Let me round up, please. I'm just going to round off now. And when the police, when they did their investigation, they wrote to the authority, they wrote to Oyo State Judiciary to find out about that document. And the Oyo State Judiciary wrote back to them, to Alagbon, and said to them that this person clearly for this, there is nothing like this, they don't have the record. You should hold the person that presented this document. What did they do? the Attorney General, the DPP stepped in, DPP department, they stepped into the case, and then they took over the case, and then wrote to the judge that the case should be stopped, it should be struck out, that there's no prima facie case against the person. Look, when I live by experience. If I hear someone that is talking to me based on what they have walked through, if I have not experienced that, if you have not rolled with these people, if you have not had any case with them, involving them, you should just probably listen or go and do more research. These people, they are reckless to the core. That's why I'm telling you that the voice of Baba Mohbad, or the petition of one person, the petition of a prime board, the petition of whoever, they won't act on it. For as long as whoever that is involved in this case, the powerful person that is involved in this case, is rolling and whining with them, they will protect that person even to the letter. So it is only the voice of the people. For as long as the public representative takes over this case, legal representative take over this place and address the public every time. Whatever petition they write, if they don't act on it, expose these groups. By so doing, that is how you can get justice for Mohbad. They didn't act in the past.
I understand you, Jack. You know, every government in every country has its lapses, you know. If not for that same reason, I don't think we'll be here trying to see how we should find a way out.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I understand you. I understand. Yeah. So I think Gift, before you forget Gift, before I address any other issue. Are you there?
Get into 35,000, please.
Yeah, thank you. Let me just say something quickly. Greetings, everybody. So I'll start from here. We have always, the public has scrutinized, lash out at the family, criticize the family and the members of the family. So let's give the public a little bit of scrutiny and criticism. Mr. Joseph Aloba is the father of Mr. Ilerioluwa Promise Aloba. Ilerioluwa Aloba came from a family that has division, which is not new in families. Then, after his demise, the public wanted to know what happened and make sure that the people that did what they did faced the music. Then, the public picked a side within the family. And picking that side clouded the judgment of the public. When you're seeking justice, there's only two sides to justice: anti-justice and the side that wants justice. Now, the public, in all its fairness, goodness, benevolence, supported the side of the family that they picked to support. And then, things that were happening in the family when the young man was alive started playing. Things like what? Things like the family being in disarray. As a result of the public picking a side, the public turned into disarray. So, in other words, the family was infectious and it infected the public. How? Now, there's people that say they have different platforms. I will use people's names to make an example. It's just an example. For example, Susie for Justice has a platform and followers. Paparano has a platform and followers. TikTok Comfy has a platform and followers. Arifa and a host of others. But what we are in, the situation we are in 10 months later, is a situation where there is certain followers, for example, in section of Susie for Justice that don't like Paparian. And there's followers of Miss Comfy that don't like Arifa. All of this beclouds the judgment. And when you put it aside, that is why every effort the public thinks it's been making is fruitless. We always say the voice of the people, the power of the public. But can we ask ourselves, why is the public mismanaging its powers and misusing its powers? Because the public is saying to a father of the family to sue people and, get us justice. Individuals have tried to make steps and it didn't work because the collective is an unstoppable force, and it is the collective force that brought Mohbad out of the ground. Then there was no Team Comfy, Team Susie for Justice, Team Papariano, Team Baba Mohbad, Team Umi, Team Nigeria. Now that we have all these teams, everybody has favorites, fans, what they prefer to hear, what they prefer to say, what they would rather see happen. It's not wrong to have personal interests. It's not wrong to be egoistic. It's not wrong to have pride. It's not wrong to be stubborn, arrogant, or anything. But there's time for everything. So that means there is a time to be foolish and there's a time to be wise. We are here. We picked a side in the family, which was a wrong move. If you want to look for justice, because it's either anti-justice or justice. We picked a side, backed the side up. 10 months later, the government is not flinching. The case is irrelevant in the eyes of anti-justice. And the side that the public picked and supported is now in a position where they are completely powerless to the powers that are backing the opposition. And because of this powerlessness, we have different sections who many times on different platforms, people have come, say things that are so important, but none of it have been put to work. Let's say today, Mr. Joseph Aloba comes out and say, my people, I greet you all for everything you have been doing for my dead son. God bless you all. As of today, I would like to say, I want to take the back seat and I would like the public to take the lead. If Baba says that today, even the public that has been screaming, Baba should do this and do that, the public has no plan, concrete plan on ground. If Baba say take over, the public has no plan to take over. No concrete plan to take over. Nothing on ground to take over. How do we get out of this mess? Now we assume Papa Mohbad has given us the lead. Do we think if from all these platforms we have been able to raise money, because it's the same thing. I'm not saying don't do the GoFundMe or the Access Bank. The man is supposed to enjoy life, so you can bless him. Money is nothing. But while you're blessing him, you also need to realize that the side that you pick is not the most efficient path to the justice that you want as a public. So what do we do? Can we imagine a situation where we have 15 platforms on TikTok that are for justice for Mohbad with over 5, 7, 8,000 people following, viewing, and everything? And within these 15 platforms, people come together, make arrangements, donate money, communicate to the people. And within these 15 platforms, we have 4 foundations that all these platforms came together to get. Now, we have these foundations, we donated money, and we have legal teams. So now it's 4 foundations representing the public, and it's 4 different legal teams of different calibers representing the public. Do any of us think or believe that with such a concrete plan, we have 4 senior advocates of Nigeria sitting in front of Mr. Joseph Aloba telling him that this is what the people want, and we believe this is what you want? He does not have, the gods will not come to say No, I already have my legal team because this is justice for Ilerioluwa Promise Aloba, aka Moba, a bona fide citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Yes, he comes from a family, but if the family wants justice, the family will agree to what the public has put on ground. Now the point is, we need, because it's 10 months later, my people. If you ask me your personal opinion, the government has forgotten about the case of Mobile. Whatever has happened now is just like smokescreen, internet sensation, and all of these things. How do we wake up the government? How do we shake those people that think they have powers? The right channel. So if we have 15 platforms on TikTok that has 4 foundations and 4 different legal teams of high caliber working in a case of justice for Mobile, do you think, or do we think, that if these organizations in written letters and these lawyers or SANs write a letter, for example, pen a letter to the United Nations and say, this is what is going on, do you think the United Nations will not listen to those organizations? They absolutely 100% will. But if you go and play a TikTok live for them that has 2 million viewers on the live, they're not going to pay attention to it. What I'm saying is, the public deserves criticism. The public deserves scrutiny, because the public went into a dysfunctional family and picked a side without knowing the history of the family. So we might have been wrong to pick a side, we might have been right, but we weren't supposed to pick a side in the first place. We were supposed to do what we need to do, facilitate what we need to facilitate, explore the ways we need to explore. Like I said, a lot of people have given key points, said important things, but none of it have been put to work. Why? Because some people are in Comfy, some are in Oriano, some are in Timbaba, some are in Oloyebi, some are in Your Daddy. And these people, they cannot see themselves coming together to fight for a cause, but say we want justice. We are messing up. If we want our government to respect us, this is why our politicians can embezzle. And even if the case comes to the public, they're not shaking, because they have people within the same community that have benefited from them that will not hear a bad thing about it. Now we pick a side from a dysfunctional family that we do not know the history. But in this same family that we have picked a side, the father is not in agreement with the baby mama is not in agreement with the uncle is not in agreement with it's like everything is scattered. And we went into the scattered place and picked one and say, this is our favorite, this is who we're going to support, this is who we're going to love, this is who we're going to absorb or blame. Fine. But we did that, and 10 months later, we are all crying and screaming and being angry in our spirit. And Mohbad is flogging some people spiritually, even though we cannot see it. So please, all this power that we have now, because we have a lot of power, we have said things that public can do, but we have always shoved it away. We have never explored it, because we give ourselves the convenient excuse that Baba needs to approve. Don't need to do it, Baba needs to approve. But why don't we do it first? My people, there is no way on earth that we have 4 different foundations with 4 different sound legal teams telling the Lagos State government and the Lagos State police that we do not agree with what you told us, we need to reopen this situation. It will happen, because people will shake, except they want the country to burn to the ground. But 1 billion people on a live show or a live stream can never move the government. Let's do what we need to do. We have donated money to the side that we chose. That means we can still donate money to find justice. Because in the first place, the reason that make us pick a side in the family is Promise. And Promise died mysteriously. And we still don't know what happened to Promise. And we still don't know why Promise died. And we still don't know why they buy Promise and put him in a baby's coffin and dressed him like a pauper.
I understand, right?
Can I just say something? Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. I just want to say something, and I think to an extent, I
I disagree to some of your statements. The last speaker that just spoke. And there's a reason why. Okay, there's a reason why I disagree to that. First of all, if you look at government is for the people, by the people. You know, government is for the people, by the people, because
Of the
government
people.
should, hold on, please. Government should work. It's like that because government is supposed to work for the people. The people decide, the people speaks. Okay, so now when it comes to, we are dealing with a dysfunctional state, dysfunctional country as Nigeria. Nigeria is a dysfunctional country itself. So you do not expect a dysfunctional country to produce functional, hold on, you do not expect a dysfunctional country to produce a functional people. So if you are talking about, baby mama, baby this, baby that, first of all, you cannot say that I'm not a supporter of women. So let us be mindful of the language that we speak on TikTok. You can't say that she's a baby mama. Okay.
Baby mama is not an insult.
Hold on, please, sir. Please, with due respect. Baby mama is someone who somebody picked up from the street, got pregnant, and whatever, and they have a baby. We are talking about a girl, and as I was told, a bride price was paid. So rule out baby mama, okay? We can deal with the issue with Wumi and Mohbad. But she is
okay, wife, move ahead. Wife.
Okay, all right. Thank you for that. And I thank you for correcting yourself. I'm a very neutral person when it comes to this case. So now, Nigeria is very dysfunctional. Bribing, corruption, and insanity is the order of the day when it comes to Nigerian society. And as such, you cannot expect a Nigerian government to give justice to its people except it's forced. So now, I agree with some of your statements when it comes to strong foundation. Okay, if Aloba, if they have allowed the citizen to produce a very sound foundation, this case would have leveled up by now. Because when you talk about strong foundation, in the case of George Floyd, foundation came in, and that was Black Lives Matters. So when you are talking about an homicide case, a high-profile case, because Mohbad case is a high-profile case. So the Aloba family cannot just hire a son and a lawyer and think those two people will be able to root out this case. At the end of the day, At the end of the day, I will not be surprised if a compromise is reached. Okay? So now, a compromise will be reached because they are fighting, and I just got to know that Falana is involved in this case. And if Falana is involved in this case, the Aloba family needs to brace themselves for a big storm coming up. Okay? So when we are talking about this case, this is a high-profile case whereby you have important people who call themselves important in Nigeria, who call themselves rich, and they are just paupers. Okay, and they say they're involved in this case, which does not make sense. Okay, I'm hearing myself.
Hold on, let me move.
Okay, but when you have strong lawyers, and I'm talking about strong lawyers, there is no reason why the public cannot have their own. Why the public cannot have their own lawyer? There's no reason why foundation cannot come into this case. Okay. Because right now, you just made a statement.
We're on the same side. I'll let you talk. Sorry.
Okay. So yeah, I told you, I said I disagree with you to an extent, but I do agree with you to an extent. So now, when you talk about the cause of Mohbad's death is not known, to an extent, what happened to Mohbad is known. But the point is, they need a lawyer to enforce, to bring out, to stand, and to debate on what happened to Mohbad. That is the point. So now, I feel that the Aloba's family should allow the citizen, real concerned citizen. It's not about the money now. And if the citizen is telling you, we are ready to fund this, to food this, let them go. Because in the case of George Floyd, I mean, George Floyd family were at least fighting with the government, with the American government, because who killed George Floyd? A police. If Black Lives Matter wasn't involved in that case and a sound lawyer who stands from the Black community, I don't think that case would have gone far, because that lawyer was a rugged lawyer who was feared by the government itself. I don't care who the lawyer is, Lawyer Falano or whoever. But when you have a sound foundation, and when you have strong foundation, and when you have sound lawyer, intelligent mind, I bet you they will back down. So now, I just feel that this case right here, if it's not handled with care, I don't want to see this case go down. I am so passionate about this case that I get on TikTok and listen to almost every platform. It is ridiculous and it is insane and stupid to know that the Nigerian government can do this to a child, to somebody's child, and they are trying to cover up the track. What an insane government that we are dealing with. I am not surprised if Nigeria is producing insane people, because the government itself, they are very insane. They are not sane. And then you have the governor of Lagos State himself, who protests himself to be a Christian, and he also belongs to my denomination. We have the same GO. And I cannot believe you, sir, that you cannot stand up to this case. I don't care if the people that have a hand in Mohbad's killing, if they are dealing with you, and I don't care if they elected you. I don't care if they turn the vote upside down. You should stand up and protect the right of the citizen. And Mohbad is a citizen, and I'm not saying that. Now you came out with an inconclusive, autopsy. How can you come up with an inconclusive autopsy when we have people making changes, to their story? Is that not a red flag?
Yeah.
So I just feel that the Aloba's family should please allow the foundation to step. I mean, they can have their own son, they can have their own lawyer, which is okay. But allow the citizen to raise up a foundation to deal with this insane, insanity murder. It is crazy. And I'm upset every day I get on TikTok to listen to the same old folk story. Never change. Analyzing stuff. I don't want to see this case go down. And if this case go down, it's going to piss me off so bad. Because this is a very, very glaring case. We can see it in our eyes. What happened to Mohbad? And somebody is trying to cover up this shit. I'm sorry to use that word.
That's the appropriate word.
All right, I'm sorry. Thank you, guys. I will just be listening. Thanks.
Yeah, we have somebody that came up this morning. I think we are going to take a move now. So anybody that is ready for this journey, please get yourself ready. He's gone out now to search, to go and negotiate with the people that he talked about. Then he definitely come back to us probably before the end of the day.
Miss Aunt Susie, sorry. Mr. Dedoing, I want to say thank you, because when you came on, the way you approached everything, what you said, not even what I said, is the way we're supposed to do. Everybody, different platforms, you can have different opinions, but once you know that you and this person, or you and these people, the common ground you are standing on is justice for Mohbad, everything else must take back seat. Thank you. God bless you.
Yeah, so we're working on that.
Understand something.
Sorry, hold on. We started on that. Maybe you came in late. We started I think we started around 12 a.m. and we're still on. So listen, we're going to get somewhere. Hopefully before the end of the weeks, we're going to get somewhere. And the guy came, he said that he's not going to drop name. He need to go and talk with them. And if they're going to be ready to get on this case, they have a good foundation. They fight for people before that. He don't want to mention their name, and they want to fight. So the foundation is home and abroad. Let's see. let's see what he's going to come up with, and we're going to negotiate with them and see what they can do. You understand? And we're going to ask them questions, what they've done. Then we can jump on it, because we can't wait for long anymore. We can't wait. If we wait more than this 1 year pass, then Mohbad will never get justice. Okay. So I think we need to act on it. No more speaking again, no more talking again. This is reality. And everybody that is going to be part of this journey, please, when the time comes, don't run away. Stay by. And I have some of the people that was in support of what is going on this morning. I have your names, I have your everything. Don't run away. If you are truly for justice, when the time comes, stay, and let's get on board and take care of this. Okay? Thank you.
Yeah, I think this information is very refreshing to the spirit of any person that really wants justice, and we'll be looking forward to, establishing something that we can work with. And even though some persons that may have the zeal to stand with the group to actually fight for justice may fall on the way, because we still have scouts, from the anti-justice system all around, looking to see how they can deceive and, change the mind of people that really want justice. But we also take all those stuffs into consideration while any movement is being, executed. Then also any person that is that has any form of, contacts, contributions to make. We're not talking about funds. We're talking about connections. We're talking about wisdom. We're talking about knowledge, information. Either as a lawyer, either as journalist, any department that is, that's going to be very important to help in the movements to ensure this is done. Please, you can consider yourself very important, as we don't. There can be no hierarchy in, a position or a team trying to fight for justice. The issue of gift. You see, the problem is people didn't actually take sides from the beginning. People actually took sides on the information that started making waves on the internet.
No. I said pick a side, not from a bad place.
Yeah. No. I didn't say bad. What I'm saying is people didn't pick sides based on like the family members, based on Team Wumi, Team Baba Mohbad. That was not the actual thing. It's just that people.
Now after the picking of the side, the teams can't come out.
People started giving it that heading. It is the same anti-justice people that started giving it those headings. People actually worked with information that they had at that point. If you recall very well, when they were talking about the issue, when this whole issue started, I think Baba Mohbad was one of the first major suspects with respect to why go bury him that fast, before the issue started diverting to the issue of the wife. When issue of DNA started coming, when other investigations started coming out, we started hearing Prime Boy, we started hearing this, that. Now, nobody was actually going in there to say I'm a fan of Prime Boy or Baba Mohbad or Wumi or all of that. It is the anti-justice system that came up with all those stuffs. All those things are formats to distract. All those things are formats employed by dubious people. That was what I wanted you to understand. And another thing the public need to understand is, right, we are not going to seek for permission from Baba Mohbad to do anything. If one way does not work, there are other ways. If we do not have a choice, then we will say we are going in to work with him directly. It is because he is misinformed. He has been misinformed and misled to believe that the only way is through him. It's just like you can't get to God unless you go through Christ. as we have as information, right? So he has that belief that nothing can go except through him, and the team, the family also, they are relying on that. That is why you can see all manner of display of irresponsibility while investigation is pending, display of one insulting the other, one saying things that are implicating, but in the end, thank God, because it is because they have been misled. That is why they were able to still come out to make some public statements that will in the end implicate them, that will in the end help facilitate justice. So in the nobody is doing anything because we have to go through the family. It is not justice for the family, it is justice for the state, it's just for the society. Nobody is paying blind eyes to blood relations and laws. But that alone cannot suffice to say, okay, we just let everything go. We just allow injustice to prevail over justice because we are looking at blood connections. Because if we do that, we are trying to say we are also trying to put our own blood into danger too. Our own relations into danger too. Because if it happens to you, we do not do something about it. It's coming for us. That's just it. So nobody is doing anything for the family as they are thinking it is. We are doing it for justice, and if it will interest the family that we get justice, then we are doing it for them. If it does not interest them, then they can stay wherever they want. If it interests any person here that we are doing it for justice, then we are doing it for the person too. If it does not interest you, then you stay your way. That's the definition. Now, another thing is nobody made contribution for Baba Mohbad. And nobody is making contribution for the family of Mohbad. The contributions is for justice for Mohbad. If they know what they are doing, the public should understand that even Prime Boy can benefit from whatever funds contribution was made for justice for Mohbad. If Prime Boy today says he does not have money to facilitate a lawyer to institute a case, to mandate the police to work on his petition, any money coming from donations made for justice for Mohbad is legally used. It is appropriate. Now, if you look at the whole situation, there is no thought to that direction in the end. That is because even the people that are behind it, just as many people has insinuated, the aim is just to extort the public. That is why the persons working with Baba Mohbad appears not to be doing same with, appears to be like a form of enemy with people working on the side of Wunmi, which is not even supposed to be the case if we are looking at the issue of the donations for justice for Mohbad. Or is which people from the side of Baba Mohbad are not even supposed to be like enemies to those people on the side of Prime Boy working, as long as those persons are there in the name that they are trying to do justice. What is important is to scrutinize, to be sure if truly these guys are even trying to do something just. And if they are not doing it, it stands as your reason why these people cannot even benefit for justice for Mohbad. But I'm telling you, impliedly, Prime Boy cannot even have the guts to ask for funds donated for justice for Mohbad, for him to be able to acquire a lawyer to make sure that the petition he wrote is followed up or is acted upon as it's supposed to be. So you can see, we can all now understand that there are so many things going wrong. There are so many things going wrong. People are not even paying attention to those things, and those things are very, very crucial. They are very, very important. Some of those things, by neglecting certain things, we can be able to deduce a particular information. You can be able to get a particular presumption that can be established to some extent, which will help shape the whole direction to the process. So nobody came in for the family. The contributions for justice for Mohbad is not for Mohbad's father or Mohbad's family. It is for justice for Mohbad as as the name says. And nobody is Team Wunmi, Team Baba Mohbad, or Team whatever. You are either getting ones for justice or those that are against justice. And when you do, that's why when you go back to check, make your background check, the people that start dragging others online and start giving their name, team this or that, they are the main anti-justice people. Those people that when you can't be walking, you can't establish presumption. There are rebuttable and irrebuttable presumptions in law. Go check your go study or ask your lawyer. Now, you can't be having issues with somebody you are on the same team with, and then you're having the issues as if you have personal problem with the person. It can't work like that. It does not work that way. If somebody is coming to say there should be no contribution for now because something is wrong with how this whole funds are being used and the issue of accountability, and you come tell me something like that, I will look into it. I will reason first. But if I immediately start telling you no, then there is a problem. I don't even want to check. I don't even want to know. I'm just there. I'm just coming to tell you no. My mission has already been defined at that point. That I'm just in the team in disguise to make sure I'm trying to protect anything that will stop the inflow of income from the public. So there is no understanding. So many things are going wrong because someone say you must obtain mutual agreement. Let me just put my attention to that direction. So many things are going wrong because there are so many things that have not been defined. We are working on too many assumptions. We are working on too many implied meaning to certain statements. We are working on things that we know are true, but we still need evidence to establish it. Even though someone has has killed someone in my presence, I know yes, this is the person that killed this person. But if I cannot establish in the court will not sentence the person. So those things also, those are major things affecting this whole movement. We need documentations of every action. There must be accountability. We must be able to have something to make reference to. If we are going to say these lawyers are not doing the right thing, at least we should have full information that yes, they are not. How can we have those informations? We must make inquiry from the appropriate persons. If the lawyer is saying we have commenced something at the station and nothing is being done, we are supposed to be able to see a letter to that effect or a document to that effect. If somebody is coming to tell the public that we cannot fight against the government, you're supposed to give us an evidence that you are trying to do something and the government is against. But we are just working idle, devoid of, evidence, and all of that. So we really need to wake up.
Can I say something?
Jack, please, sorry, before you get on board. Sorry, my brother. Amen. God bless you. This your conclusion now. It's what I said at the start. If Baba come today and say public takeover, we don't have any solid thing on ground. God bless you, brother. You can talk, Jack.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so can I just chip in this because I'm about to drop this, if you don't mind? As much as I know, Prime Boy is a suspect and Spending is a suspect, and both of them are not supposed to be funded until cleared. Okay, so when you are talking about funding Prime Boy and funding, both of them are still suspects, and they can't be funded until cleared of this case. So if you are funding them, that means according to the law, that is enabling, and that's that's a problem in itself. I'm not saying you cannot donate money to Prime Boy.
As in big suspects.
Yeah. So, but
no, you don't understand, right?
Okay. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I know. I will let you explain. But if you are funding them and you are that is enabling. So, and, I'm not going to, that is left, for you guys. But when you are talking about funding the suspects, that is enabling. So until they are cleared, so they have to be cleared. So they have to be given a white card has been cleared.
Yeah, what I mean when I say funding, I'm not saying we should fund Prime Boy or any person. I'm saying that any money donated for justice for Mohbad
It's not exclusively for Baba.
It should be used for what will help achieve justice for Mohbad.
Exactly.
Now, for example, if Prime Boy is writing a petition against Wunmi, what do you think the petition is? Obviously, there is an allegation that he is pointing at Wunmi, and that allegation is also crucial. And investigating that particular allegation will help actually getting to know what happened to Mohbad. And if he does not have the fund to be able to push that petition, there is nothing wrong if someone who has that money fund it. For example, when people started saying, Wunmi do DNA, so many people came out and said, I will sponsor the DNA if you agree to do it. Many came out to say, if you even agree to do it, I will dash you so amount of money. Why? Because that DNA is also very important for it to help us know what actually happens to Mohbad. So if Prime Boy is saying there is something that Wunmi has done and he is within by virtue of his position as a witness, and he has seen it that there is something important that the investigating authority are not looking at, and they are not trying to listen to him when he's talking. And he comes out to say a petition should do it. Maybe a lawyer told him, okay, write a petition against this. It is either the authorities are mandated to investigate it differently, or they can decide to merge it with the case, which they can by law.
Okay, so as much as I know, the petition that Prime Boy wrote was a defamatory, petition. It has to do with Wunmi, defaming his character, and he's trying to clear his character. So I don't know how that is. How you can link that, to justice for Mohbad. Well, in a way, yes.
That is why I made an explanation. There is no list. I'm not making any list, right? And I'm not pointing out what Prime Boy has done or not. My submission is general. If he's writing a petition with respect to defamation of character, the persons in charge of that contributions made for justice for Mohbad are supposed to be able to have scrutinized it and say, no, we will not give. That is if Prime Boy even apply in the first place. If he even has the guts to apply. But what I'm saying is because he is looking at it that he cannot even make that mistake. Even if he has any reasonable thing apart from, what is it called, the issue of defamation. He does not even have the guts to even say he wants to even go through that route, because the way the thing is made to look is like it just everything that has to do with Baba Mohbad. Just Baba Mohbad. Not even the family. If Wunmi wants to do a DNA test from the funds that were contributed for justice for Mohbad, it is still appropriate. So it's just, I'm just making example of things and how it should go.
Yeah. I mean, okay, all right, go ahead, sir.
Go ahead.
It's okay, sir. No, go ahead, sir. Go ahead, with your respect. Yeah, go ahead,
you want to
sir.
say something to what you said? You guys
No, it's okay. Yeah, go ahead, sir. Then I'll speak after you, sir. With your respect.
All right. Yeah, Madam Adedoyin, I totally agree with you. And to a very large extent, I disagree with what the speaker was saying about the money, the contribution that is meant for justice for Mohbad. to be used to fund whatever about Prime Boy. The thing is this, you see, all of these people, all of them from A to Z, they are all about themselves. Prime Boy, Spendy, whatever, all of them, they are all about themselves. How to clear their names, how to extricate themselves, how to sort of, clean up themselves from this whole thing. That is what they're all about. Look, that is why I have said, and I will still say it, including Baba Mubad and every goddamn person, every fucking person in this whole thing should stay clear of this case. Look, even Baba Mubad himself should stay clear of, should stay far away because I said something. I said this whole movement, this whole justice for Mubad started on a wrong note. And that aside, I'm gonna explain again. But again, you see, the people that have not that have denied the public so far, that have made this case to be like this, to be stuck like this. Number one, Baba Mubad and his legal team. I'm not saying that they are the first, but I'm just saying they are one of the people, 3 people. They're in the Nigerian government with the Nigerian police, whatever. Again, the wife of the late Mubad, Mame and what's it called? Falano. And this is, I'm going to explain all of these things. When Falano ran to me, and don't forget, initially, Baba was involved too. Baba was in that camp with Falano them and the women them. You see, we are dealing with a set of, like an association of greedy people. When you have greedy people, even in the midst of greedy people, there is someone that is going to be the most greedy.
Greedy.
Yeah. So they fell apart. Baba Mubad fell apart at some point. They fell apart at some point because the interests of some people or someone was more than, or was having, how would I put it now? Was having more priority than the other. That was how they all fell apart. So now I'm gonna say this. Falano, that man is a son, but to me is just a nobody. Because once you can, because of money, I don't care how much money somebody wants to give you, and not be on the path of justice, like nobody. For him to have called for inquest in the first instance, he knew what he was doing. He started that part. He played that part so well. And that is the reason why all the effort that the public has made, they are all in vain. Because that inquest was not necessary. Inquest for what? Inquest for a murder that you didn't know how it happened? A murder that happened in the person's house?
Delay tactics.
Well, when people were there, when his wife was there, when people were saying that they could hear noise, they've been fighting all the way from the show down to the house. People were there. They were not alone. It wasn't these 2 individuals that were alone. Abdullah was there. Spendy was there. Many people were there, apart from the little child. So you are now setting up inquest, to ascertain to find out what. It is a clear case of murder, and what they were supposed to do was to initiate a petition via the Nigerian police, and for them to properly investigate the case. Look, Baba Mubad would have stated everything, but the thing is this: now that it is crystal clear that Baba Mubad was never looking for the justice that the public is looking for. The public is looking for, is enjoying it right now. At the moment, he's getting it. The fame, the money, the donations, for him to be saying my fans, for him to be concerning himself with 70 and 30, and all of those rubbish, and the music career thing. I have said this thing over and over. In US, you will see People don't watch crimes. That's the problem. People are busy. Nigerians, they're busy watching Nollywood movies that's going to further reduce their brain. They should watch foreign crimes. You see, family of disease, they go broke. They leave their job. They leave their livelihood just because they want justice for their loved ones. How can you be thinking of using your son's spotlight to shine at this point in time? Money is your problem. You want fans. You are building fans. So the public, you have been.
You see, the using the son's death to get into the spotlight. It's not only him. Adura is there. Darosha is there. Wumi is there. Like I said, Wumi is a musician. Adura is a musician. Baba Moba is a musician. Darosha is a director. You understand? So we have Wumi as Nicki Minaj. We have Adura as Michael Jay-Z. And we have Baba Moba as Michael Jackson. So these people are actually fighting for the empire, and you know how this works, like you said, people that listen to stories of things that happen. When you want to fight for empire, you understand, a lot of people will have to go down for somebody to stand. You understand? So this is what they are doing. These people are not actually fighting for the justice. They are fighting for the empire. Empire of Moba is what they are fighting for, because you have 3 musicians in the house and you have somebody that want to be a director to manage these musicians. So at the end of the day, what is going to happen? They will all fight for this empire, and who is going to be in charge of this empire? That is what is playing out under our eyes. So none of them is left out. All of them want to become popular. They want to become popular.
Susie,
they want to become famous. Yeah.
Susie, do you know what? Let me tell you something. Mm-hmm. I still can't wrap my head around it. I'm thinking every time. Look, Baba Mohbad, you went to Mohbad's house. Look, if you give me any reason, you can't give me any reason to lie, to tell a lie in the murder case. No matter how minute, how little that lie is, why would you not tell the public that it was your daughter's blessing that told you already that Mohbad is dead? You never said that. If you didn't say that, and they said Prembo called, you never said all of these things. If you didn't say that, then that means there is still more that you didn't say. And again, you went to your son's house. You got there. You got to his room. I want to walk through his part. I want to put myself in his shoe now. I got into his room and I met soaked, a blanket that is soaked in blood. No matter how shocked my brain, no matter how shocked I was, no matter how much shock was sent into my memory. Look, the next thing is to record this whole thing. I'm gonna record everyone I met in the house, and I'm gonna record everything that I find. I'm gonna record how the boy was embalmed. I'm gonna record all of these things. Now it is your word against them. No, even for someone who does not have any brain at all, no matter how dull, how unintelligent you are, you wouldn't even do that. Leave that spot without nothing. You just telling us, you want us to believe that when you got to the police station, you were expecting the police to arrest you. Why? You could have requested for it. Look, the thing is this, the point I'm making, I'm not saying I killed that boy. But the truth is this, everything that they are all doing is showing clearly that these people, they are not pained about the death of this guy. Susie, look at how pained you are. Look at how pained you are. You're talking, whenever you talk about this issue, you talk passionately about it. You are the only, you and probably you, Madam Aries, and like I mentioned, whenever you're talking about this issue, you are serious about it. The pain you can feel because you know how a mother will feel if they lose their loved one, if they lose their children. You don't joke. When I get to some platforms and I see people, you're talking about Mohbad's case, and then you just switch all of a sudden. You're talking about women. You're talking about some knacking and whatever. It is disgusting to me. To be honest, you're talking about just money. You're talking about people should give to you. People should give. All of this rubbish should stop. Because the truth is this: a precious life was taken. This guy didn't want to die. Put yourself in this guy's shoe. This guy was very smart. Mohbad is probably one of the smartest person that ever lived. Forget the fact that everybody can make mistakes. The fact that he surrendered himself, he brought his family into his house, should be a lesson to other people. Because these people, look at how they killed him. As far as I'm concerned, they aided these people. They aided in the killing of this guy. And these are the people that he was feeding under his own roof.
This guy is right.
Okay,
These guys are
can I come in now? Sorry. Okay, go ahead. Okay. Okay, so
I was just saying they were making
up
stories.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Making up stories. It's not. No, I think what he's saying is correct. They were just most of those things they were making up stories. When you even look at the issue, the police press briefing, they said he tried to punch Prime Boy and he missed and punched the glass, and then he bled profusely. So people that were at the scene where they imagine that there is a kind of fight like this involving a celebrity, and all of that issue where they say it was fans that were blocking him that even caused the whole go slow, and none of those persons had this fight on video. If this fight was on video, how is it possible for someone to bleed profusely without nobody seeing it? The car that took him back to the house, to the hospital, someone was bleeding profusely. Go check the definitions, and then you took him back home. Where is all these stains and all of that? The persons that were there with him must have been stained by blood, including the car. We still have scientific machines that can detect to know that whether if there is anything like that, like blood on that spot, and if that blood was even from Mohbad. All those things they are saying, they are just saying trash, and people are not.
Can I say something? Can I say something?
Yeah.
You see, the way Mohbad's killing was structured. You understand? It was structured to put us in this confusion which we are today. Okay, and then the police, the Nigerian police, actually help more so that we can never, find out what killed Mohbad. Because these people who planned this Mohbad's killing, you understand, they are professional killers. This is how they take people out, and you will never find the trace. Now, what am I going to say? What I'm going to say this morning is to the Nigerian police to tell them that they are not smart at all. These little kids that is not learned, these people, when you're beginning to look at all these people we are talking about, Baba Mohbad himself is not learned, Mama Mohbad is not learned, Adura is not learned, Darosha is not learned, Blessing is not learned. So, who is the foolish one now? For these people for this Nigerian police to dance to the tune of these illiterate, these street children, because as far as I'm concerned, they are all street children. You understand? They don't understand any language other than language of the streets. You can tell from Wumi's language when this boy died, you understand? You all have killed him, the nigger. That's the street language. So these people are not learned. So who am I going to blame? Is the so-called Nigerian police that claim they are learned, and this stark illiterate, you understand? Put them where they are today, because I can tell majority, even the Naira Marley himself is not learned. Sammy Larry himself is not learned. These are all typical street boys and girls. Even the Oba Negushi himself, he lives in New York. He's a street boy in New York. They understand the language of street. So shame on Nigerian police, you understand, because these street people actually play them and lure them into this big offense they have committed. Susan.
Okay, so I was just going to say something that I've been trying to say.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I think the perpetrator of this crime is actually mastermized this, this whole situation. So, and I want to tell you, if you sit down, really, and you think about, mobile, situation, you will see that the people that committed this act, they are not wise. Okay?
Listen,
They are not wise. Yes, they are not wise. They are very, very stupid individuals. I'm sorry to use that. I'm sorry to use that word.
Oh, I think
and also, if you look at what is going on, you will see that Mohbad's life is like a cake. Okay, it's like a big cake, and everyone wants to take a chunk of that cake. All right. So it's like everyone wants to take a chunk of that cake, and someone is saying, "No, I want the bigger cake." No, I can't take a smaller cake. I can't take a small cake, and I will not take a smaller cake. I want a bigger cake, and that is where it is, and that is where we are today. So the point is not to be distracted, because one thing you need to understand when it comes to homicide, and in finding the perpetrator of an homicide, you must not be distracted. Once you are distracted, you lose your mind, you lose your thought, and you lose your action. So, not to be distracted, I think we need to focus on one thing. What happened to this young guy? So now, when it comes to when Mohbad died,
people, you use your hands to tap for us. Tap. 70 listening. Can you, please? Is your hand paining you? Please, can we get this to 30 something? Please, can we get it to 32, please? Tap. We have these learned people talking to you, putting you through what to do. You are not tapping. We are not asking for gift. None of us here is asking for gift. Tap. Thank you.
So, and when you see what is going on here, you will see that the person that killed Mohbad wanted to cover up the tract, and they did a very shady job. Okay, so and I want to tell you, if a forensic should go into the house, and if Mohbad was killed in that house, they will find some traces of. They have a very intelligent forensic go into the house. They will definitely, if Mohbad, I'm not saying he was killed inside his house, okay, but if it happened that Mohbad was killed inside the house, they will still find traces of blood, definitely. So now, this case, as it look, the Nigerian police think they can cover up this case. And what I see here, to be very, 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 very sincere with you, is Nigerian police being bribed. They have been bribed to an extent. I don't even know. It will take a very strong and intelligent lawyer to break this case. And this case can be broken because why? There's a lot of evidence now. When it comes to bribe and spending, do I trust these guys? I do not trust them a bit. And I will never stop saying that. I don't trust these guys. Because when it comes to criminal mind, the way criminal mind works, criminal mind will want you to believe that they do not know anything about a case until you start to unravel the case. All right? So I do not trust these guys. And I will not trust them until the lock is taken off their neck. I'm not going to trust them. Because why won't I trust Spending? You want to tell me, Spending, I'm not sure if you're listening, that you have a friend and you went to the court because and like I said, I'm following this case. Then you went to court, questions were asked, then all of a sudden you had flashes, then you fell down, then you came back again. Then you want to tell me that you do not know nothing about what happened to Mohbad? Are you kidding me? You kidding me, guy? Then let's go back to the nurse. Hold on, sir. Then let's go back to the nurse. Yesterday, I was cracking my brain and I was thinking, who is this nurse? Go look at the picture of the nurse. This nurse looks like a street girl, like a leggy street girl who was picked up.
What nurse?
Go back and look at the pictures. I mean, you know what? You guys don't, this is so orchestrated. Very orchestrated. The nurse, you're telling me that girl is a pure nurse? The pictures that I saw is a pure nurse? I'm looking at her eye. Somebody that was caught. I mean, you know, I don't want to speak too much because this is a social media, platform. So we have to be careful how we speak.
Better you speak.
Looking at that nurse, because looking at that nurse, go back. Okay, so now go back. Okay, listen now. Go back. Now I want to ask you guys a question because it's enough to sit on TikTok and talk. Okay, that is what TikTok is all about because it's called TikTok for a reason, to talk. Yeah, which is good. But go and look, and please, somebody should go and investigate the nurse. Go and, where did she work? You guys need to find out the hospital that she worked at. Go check out her hospital work ethic. Okay, then also, you need to go and check.
Hold on. Now you ask this question.
Yeah.
Queen that has been busy causing people for the past how many months, for the past how many days, that said if you mention Baba, you mention Baba's name, I will deal with you. You see why I said a lot of people that say they want justice, they don't want justice. This queen claimed that she's a lawyer in the United States of America, okay? And this queen in question,
does she work for them?
Hold on. This queen
the lawyer we referring to.
claimed, yes, she claimed that. Hold on. She claimed that spending who introduced this nurse to the family of Mohbad, spending is Queen childhood family friend. Okay, this queen in question, at least. With her being a lawyer, I think she's supposed to use her good office, to talk to her childhood family friend. Please, my brother, what killed Mohbad? Being that their childhood friend, she knows this boy, she's talking to this boy. Queen refused to do that. Instead, she will open her platform for 7 good hours, cursing people out. People that is looking for justice. This girl of equation will open her platform to curse people out. So what is she doing? Can she use that time, the energy she's putting to curse people that talk bad about Mohbad, Baba Mohbad, out to ask her childhood family friend that is so involved? His name is very, very involved in the death of Mohbad. He's the one that introduced this nurse to this family of Mohbad. But this girl, no, this lady called Queen. No, she's not talking towards that side. Can't you guys see that a lot of people that is involved in this case, they try to cover a lot of things up? Queen is not
majority of criminal cases, right? You force out the truth. The truth don't come out voluntarily.
Okay, so now, you see what I want to tell you guys? You see what I want to tell you guys? Please, let me just say one thing, then I'll just get down. So what I want to tell you all is this. You see that nose there? I'm telling you, this is, you know what? Do you know why I'm laughing? I'm smiling to myself here because this is, this case is going to be unraveled. It's a very, very simple case. That nurse right there, I want the nurse to tell me where she worked. You call yourself an auxiliary nurse or an RON or an MP, whatever you say you are. Where did you work? She needs to bring that. Hold on, Susan.
Hold on. Yeah, nurse is the reason why I came out yesterday and I came out today. You see, our focus should not go on nurse right now. Our focus, putting our full energy on nurse, is a distraction. Nurse is already in the case. The Lagos State has already fully indicted the nurse in this case. The people that we are supposed to be looking for, the people that put Mohbad in the car and announced his death in that manner, where are they? Where are the people that lives with Mohbad in his house? Where is Wumi? What is Wumi's charge? What are they investigating Wumi for in this case? So when we talk about nurse is already there. There's no way the nurse can escape this. Okay, nurse cannot escape it. Yes, sir.
Susie, I don't think they can indict. You know what? I don't think they can indict women now. You know why?
You know what?
I don't think they can indict women now.
Actually escape it, right? No, women can be indicted. I'm telling you.
No.
From experience,
Listen.
right?
Okay,
the nurse
listen
has
to
not
what I
been
said.
fully indicted yet. Why I say the nurse has not been fully indicted is even on the trial of this case, during the trial, it can be ascertained whether or not she is even a nurse in the first place at all.
Very good.
It can be ascertained through cross-examinations and questioning. So is you don't just come and tell the court something without putting out evidence there. And even if you're bringing out evidence, you must be able to allow the other party to verify that evidence, whether it is authentic or not. And one other thing is, another disadvantage you're going to have is when you're filing a criminal case, the prosecution must serve the defendant with every evidence they intend to use. And if they are going to present that nurse as certified, that nurse, one of the accompanied evidence has to be a document showing that she was even a nurse in the first place. She was working at so place, they said, and all of that. And then the defense has that liberty to make their own inquiries and all of that, prepare their cross-examination questions to help ascertain at the court to know whether or not that person was even a nurse in the first place. And then they were even talking about, before the nurse came in, they said they tried to call Mohbad's personal nurse. I don't know if I pray that the investigating authority and have not also disgraced themselves with respect to that, because the network provider could actually confirm whether there was even a call attempt from Mohbad's phone, if there is a forensic on that phone, and then if there is an application to the network provider, and to even know whether the Mohbad's personal nurse number was on or off, or if there was even any attempts to make phone calls. All those things are there. So it depends. Just like Adedoyin said, somebody needs to know what is going on. You need to be rugged. You need to know the law. You need to know your rights. You need to force out things. You need to mandate it. There are things that, okay, it's just like this, right? You have a law, you need to enforce it. The police must do the right thing, but you need to take the step to compel them to do it. It is not as if there is no option for the public to compel them to do it. Okay, but if that step is not taken, the court will not do it on its own.
Amen. Now, you say you have to enforce the law. We don't see that from Baba Mohbad's team. All we see, do you know why Nurse's name has been on bloggers' mouth for the past how many days? Baba Mohbad's brother, the owner of power of attorney, the one they give power of attorney to, he came out and unleashed the bloggers on the nurse. What happened? Instead of you to unleash the blogger on the nurse, you have the lawyers. You have two lawyers in this case that public is paying. Why did you ask the public to go after the nurse? Do the right thing. Have the police force the nurse to come out. He didn't do it. He said, so are we going to judge this case? Are we going to do all the investigation of Mohbad's case on social media, TikTok space? Are we going to do this? Why are they paying lawyers?
Something
Why
Baba
is the
Mohbad
public
and the
paying
family
lawyers?
need to understand that we do not need them.
Why is the public paying lawyers?
It is not mandatory.
Susie.
Yes,
Susie, do you know what?
Them to come in
I didn't finish.
before the right thing is being done.
I didn't finish my submission.
Okay,
the other time. What I was saying, but I want to touch something else now before I go there. Madam Adedoyin said something. He said that the police, they have been compromised. Of course, but the thing is this: the question should now be, why why was the police, why were they compromised? The police, before they can be compromised, that means there's something going on. There's a power. There's someone who knows someone.
That means the actual truth is a crime. It was a crime. That is just it. That's just
Yeah. Let me just finish this. The thing is this. Look, if truly the Oba in question, if truly that Oba is in connection with this case, I said it today for the first time, but I'm gonna say it again. If truly is connected in any way to this case, then just assume that all of this things that we have been doing from day one since last year is a waste, and it's just a mere exercise.
Hold it. You see, you mentioned saying that.
Don't say that. I'm sorry, Susie. Don't ever say that, sir. Take that.
Hold on. I'm going to let you come in. Let me hold your thought right there. You're going to continue, but let me put in something. Let me chip in something. You see, there's no powerful person other than your president. Even your president self. Who made him to be powerful? Is it not you? You see, when you talk about powerful person, no, there's no powerful person in this case. We made them powerful. We decide today, really, this is the reason why I'm angry with the youth of Nigeria when it comes to Mohbad's case. We, the people who made these people powerful, we can turn this case. If really we want to turn this case with the support of youth of Nigeria, if, let's assume that Oba Elegushi is involved in this case, to be honest, we, the youth of Nigeria, rise up over this case, he will run away. What made Oba Elegushi to be powerful is the thugs, the street boys, the kids, the youth of Nigeria. They made these people to be powerful. They are not powerful. In fact, when you talk about the powerful people, it's the youth of Nigeria that go to do their ugly work for them that is powerful. You see, when you talk about powerful people, you look at Idi Amin of Uganda. He don't send people to kill. If he want to kill, he go there and he kill by himself. If you want to eat the flesh of human being, they will cut it for him in your faces like this. He will eat it. He will come to you. He don't use corner to snatch people's wife. He drive by the street when he see any woman he likes, somebody's wife, he takes it. He walk away with it. You can't do anything with it. That's what they call powerful people. When you look at Libya, the Muammar Gaddafi, the one they killed, he was a powerful people, but the people who made him powerful, they are the people that went after him to kill him. So, my dear, there is no powerful person. People is the youth that make this man to be powerful. And if they decided today to not make him powerful, they can take that power away from him. If they rise in a minute and they say enough is enough, they will take the power away from him. This is the same youth we are talking about. They give them chicken change to go and kill people. These so-called powerful people will not kill people by themselves. So it's the people that do the killing, it's the powerful people. These children that go to kill people on their behalf, they are the powerful people. Those people, they are not powerful people. To be honest, that makes sense to anybody. They are not powerful. They can't do the killing by themselves. They send these little boys to go do the killing.
That's the truth.
They are not
Please,
powerful.
let me finish my thought after you, please.
Go ahead.
Okay, so what I said, please don't get me wrong. You should let me land first. I mean, not you, Susie. You are 100% right about what you have just said now. So, but let me land every other person, please. Let me just finish my submission. What I said, I didn't mean that we have wasted our time. But what I'm saying is, we have walked in a direction that will not lead us to anything. In the sense that we have only been helping Baba Mohbad's personal interest agenda, thinking that was justice, that was getting justice for Mohbad, because it is now crystal clear that is all what this has been about. Because he has refused, not like he and his team, legal team. It is now clear that what they're doing is different from what we, the public, want for justice for Mohbad. And why I said what I said is this: is because Oba Elegushi, as the reason why police is compromised is this: Oba Elegushi was imposed. His father, his late father, was imposed on the real family of Elegushi, by Tinubu. Tinubu is the president of Nigeria today. Okay, what I have just said now, you probably haven't heard it anywhere, but do your research and find out. The real Elegushi, I know them, I roll with them. I have seen their family tree. There is no way you will see his father there. Okay, so in that family tree, they don't exist. His father was just a mere staff bearer.
Okay, Jake, hold on. So that's mean it runs in their family because Oba Elegushi himself, the seat that he's sitting down on, it doesn't belong to him, it belongs to his elder brother. Yes.
100%, it belongs to the real Elegushi family. So now, that being said, let me now continue what I want to say. What I want to say now is this. So you can see the reason why some powers have been hindering and suppressing the will of justice. And they are able to do so because Baba Mohbad and the team, they are helping them to do so because of the personal interest that they are pursuing, which is clear to all of us now that it is not about bringing the perpetrators to book. It is about fame, money, whatever it is, but definitely not bringing the perpetrator to book. We want the perpetrators to be brought to book. That is what Mohbad wants. His spirit that is crying out loud, crying out to everyone, is crying out because his spirit longs for justice. And this we cannot get. And why we have not gotten it is because of the way we have been going about it by supporting Papa Mohbad's agenda. You know, they only masqueraded that agenda. They masqueraded those interests as though they were fighting for justice for Mohbad. But it has never been about that. It has been about his own interest. So now we need to move on. We need to move away from there. It's as though the case is just about to start now. If we're able to bring in what the person that Susie has said, I was there the morning when the person came up. If we're able to bring in impartial people that mean well, foundations that mean well, that really want to get justice for this guy, to come in and leave Baba Mohbad alone, whatever they're doing, because one thing is clear, he will never answer this case for the public to take over, because the public interests will never align with his own interest. And that is the reason why they don't want all the lawyers, all the what's it called, Bankole and whatever Smith, that they are trying to give them at that foundation. They will never allow it. Instead, they told them, bring money. It has always been about money. What the fuck is wrong with these people? All they want is just money. Woe betide anyone who thinks the death of this guy is an avenue to make money. You must be insane. Because we are talking about someone that has got an abundance of life before him. This guy was, to me, as far as I'm concerned, he's the best lyricist that Nigeria will ever have. The best conscious rapper, conscious singer. He sings about everything that happened to him. You lost that kind of person, and all that you're after is money. You want to become famous. You want to be the star. You want to be the VIP, the person that people should be talking about. You're chasing money everywhere. Percentage and rubbish. I'm talking about some fucking cocoa that somebody ate. Are you not crazy? To be honest, a true father would never do that. Somebody who's not insane would never do that. Your son died and you're doing music. What do you want? Is it music or justice?
All Okay, Jack. I mean, can I just say something in respect to? I don't think we should be distracted. I will always say that in respect to the king. I mean, first of all, we we need to have a very strong, evidence, against this king. Seriously. But I know that Susie knows what she's saying. But I want you to understand something. There is no one that is above. So now, when it comes to the case of Clinton, and Lewinsky, you will see that Clinton, went down, and Lewinsky went down, and these are two powerful people. So there is no one that is above the law. All right. So now, am I going to speak on the king? No, because I have no idea what the king, his involvement in this case is. So I'm not going to really speak about him. So
see, hold on. See, okay. the king name can never, when it comes to case of Mohbad, you see, the petitions that the king never, you understand? In fact, there are two people in that petitions, they've never come up. The police have never called them for questioning. Okay? So now, Mohbad is a dead man. So Mohbad's words against anybody's names on that petitions. So if let's assume the police come up today, we invite them, we question them, there's nothing. Mohbad is not here to defend himself. He says in that petition, people from Ebele wishes, they say they are going to kill me. At the end of the day, this boy is gone, 6 feet gone. He died, for real. Okay. He died. So there's no way Obenegushi's name is not going to keep on popping up each time. There's no time we're going to talk about Mohbad's death and you refuse to that petition. I'm sorry, Obenegushi, your name will keep on popping up. I'm sorry.
But I want to say something, Susie. Susie, I had the opportunity to actually look for that petition that Mohbad wrote, and I read it. So if you look at that petition states Sam Larry Elegushi. Okay, please give me few minutes just to explain some things. Sam Larry Elegushi, it means that Sam Larry claimed himself to be Elegushi. Now, the petition did not... Hold on, Susie, please. Hold on, Susie.
There's no way anybody can make up... defend Obelegushi when you come to that petition. He had every opportunity when Mohbad was alive to correct it, but he didn't. Mohbad is gone.
Okay, are they doing Susie, are they doing a read the petition?
Just please. So now, I'm not defending Elegushi. I don't even know who this guy is, to be sincere. I mean, I think, about, few days ago, I'm not sure. I actually, went to check him out. And I think I did send him an email or something. Sorry, not an email, like a text, in regard to this when I was very, very furious. Okay? So now, I don't really know him. Seriously, I don't know him among the others that I know. Okay? So I'm getting to know him. All right. So now, we're looking at the petition that Sam Larry wrote. Sam Larry said, Sam Larry Elegushi. Okay. So now, anybody can decide to use anybody's name. I can decide to say, Adedoyi, Biden. Adedoyi, this, that. Okay. So I can decide to take anybody's name. So now, what the Elegushi needed to do, I'm not sure if he had done that. I think he has. Was to go and play his name.
It's too late. It's very 100% late. There's nothing he can do. Somebody mentioned, they said they're going to kill me. And at the end of the day, he died. He was killed in a mystery way that we can't find the mystery. So, what made Legushi think there's nothing he can do to clear himself?
Sorry, Adedoyin, do you have a petition there with you?
Susie.
Okay,
Susie. Oh, okay, Susie. I don't have it with me. No, I don't have it with me. I'm speaking from my car speaker right now. I'm actually driving. So now, so I'm just kind of, I'm telling you what I know because I've read it and I'm just, summarizing. It's just a summary of what I've read. So now, I'm not going to speak on Elegushi. Why? Because I don't have facts. Okay? Because when it comes to law, when it comes to speaking, then you need to have facts about what you're talking about. So if you don't have facts about what you're talking about, then it becomes defamatory of character. And I don't want to get into that, okay? I'm sorry about that. So now, let's move on. I want to speak about something again. And I think at the end of the day, will Mohbad get justice? Yes, he will. Definitely. I'm telling you, he will. He will definitely get justice. So there is nobody that is above the law. So the law can only be suppressed, but it cannot be ruled out. Okay? They can only suppress the law. But with the cry of the citizen, with the cry of its citizen, the law will take its place. In every civilized part of the world, in every civilized country of the world, like America, like the Britain, and every other, part of the world that are civilized, you will see that sometimes, even when it comes to, what's the name of this guy? The Russian president. You will see that the Russian president killed somebody, allegedly, and what happened? His citizens cried out. But because of who he is, it was never executed.
Anyway. We don't live in dictator country, so that will not happen in our country. We are not in a dictator country. It will not.
I know.
I think right, we should just go back to the main topic in this. It's easy for justice.
Okay,
you can come on live sometime, and make the topic whether Oba Elegushi is actually in or out, But I think for now, let's focus on the main issue.
Yes,
yeah, she wants to give a submission without Elegushi. It's fine.
Yeah, so I don't want to talk about Elegushi because I don't have the facts, and I'm sorry. Because of the person
Once you go to the petition,
I know.
Back to the petition.
I know. Yeah, but.
Yeah, we'll find time to address that. I think, Susie, you can host us for that, please. Maybe tomorrow, or it could even be today, but...
Yes, but because of the kind of person... but because of the kind of person that I am, I need to be careful about the things that I put out there. So now, I'm going to leave that alone. But I believe that this guy Mohbad he will. I'm telling you now, justice will be served. Now, let's not be distracted about what the father is doing, what this person is doing. Let's be focused on Mohbad. What happened to Mohbad? What happened to Mohbad? How did it happen? Who killed this guy? And whoever killed this guy should be able to face the law. Regardless of your personality, regardless of how powerful you are, you can't take somebody's life. You can't spill a blood. It doesn't work that way. And look at what is going on in Nigeria now. This is very, very, I'm just pained. I'm really, really pained. I do not believe all these people speaking. I don't believe spending. I don't believe Prime Boy. I don't believe any one of these guys because I think somebody knows what happened to this gentleman and they're trying to sweep it under the rug.
All of them suspects.
They're all suspects. At the end of the day.
Public. They know what actually happens to him.
Yes, they are all suspects, and we should not celebrate them. They should not be celebrated. These people are suspects, and they should not be celebrated.
Right? And the truth will be forced out of them. That's just it. The truth will be extracted by force.
You can't tell me that, you have a best friend of yours and you don't know what happened to him in December. Okay, now, they said, from what I heard, I think it was from Supreme. Supreme, I really miss you, really. So now, Supreme said something that they had a loud noise upstairs. Everything that she's been saying, I jotted down. She said, what was that loud noise about? What was the loud noise about upstairs? What happened upstairs?
The statement is for Nadura is there on the CTC. The brother of Mohbad said that.
I think someone mentioned it on Baba Mohbad's live when he came live. I think Sunday after the last one. I think someone still mentioned it there. One of the moderators, I think. I can't remember the name, but the person still mentioned it that they had a noise and what was that noise, and all of that. So, but you see, the truth is, just like Adedoyin said, I think I have exact and same mindset with her with respect to this case of Mohbad, that Mohbad is going to get justice. You see, before I started, how I even came back on this case, thanks to Papariano, I only started following up this case when I saw the news that the autopsy is inconclusive. They cannot ascertain death. And then I started seeing people posting, this guy is dead and gone and there will be no justice for him because there was no autopsy, and all of that. And because these people don't actually know how the whole procedures work. So I was checking different platforms and I saw that like almost everybody was of that same opinion. And I was like, no. I don't think this has to continue because the public needs to understand that autopsy is just one part. Without the autopsy, the justice will still be, ascertained. But left for me, why I wasn't really coming in before was, whenever I look at Mohbad's case, I will laugh. I will just say, these guys are just playing with themselves. I'm very sure they will be convicted. The authority will convict them. So I was not really worried about it. I was just very confident that these guys cannot escape it. They have already compromised. They have already scattered their story. They tried to create a scene to cover up the traces, and they started messing up from the beginning. How they announced the death, hospital back to where everything was contradictory. Until when I saw that the whole thing, the public has started becoming convinced that nothing can be done. And I know the implication of that. Everybody will start falling. Everybody will start relaxing. Before you know, the strength is no longer there again. Then these guys do whatever they want to do with the case, discard it off. So that was what actually brought me in. But my mentality is exactly the same with that of Adedoyin when it comes to this case of Mohbad. I believe that the actual killers of this Mohbad will be known. They must. They can't escape it. It can only take time, but they can't. They cannot escape it. That's the only.
You have to force it.
No, don't pass.
Let me just.
I mean, I agree with Weston's analysis. Emi ò feel pé kó wá sókè káwọn èèyàn máa bú kó máa bàjá. Ẹ jẹ́ kó sọ̀rọ̀ tó ní sọ.